We got some ranch up in here for all my ranch fanatics here. We got some ranch. We are going to devour these chips today. So I figured I'd go ahead and invite you guys over to a little bit of an early live stream today. We got a couple of new products coming out this week. We're going to be doing, for you guys who didn't know, West Coast Custom Tire Shine. You can get it at Walmart. We're going to be doing a head-to-head competition for the new Matte TCC foam cannon versus the Chemical Guys Torque foam cannon. Then we're going to do, I don't know what. I've got this brand new thing that came in this week from Melissa at 303. It's their brand new car wash, just launched. She sent it down to me right away, so I'll be testing it out this week. I'll try and get it out by Wednesday. If not, it'll be out on Saturday, so make sure you look out for this. Again, this is brand new. 303 is, fully gone in with the car wash stuff. Before, they were just, they did detailing stuff with different products for different things, but Melissa and them finally listened, and they actually got out some products. So I'm really actually pretty honestly stoked to get to try this out. So that just came in, and I'm working on another video where I'll be driving a little bit of a vlog video. It'll be up on an off day. I actually drove the GTR today out in the backwoods of St. Cloud, Florida. Ran into another GTR. It was strange as hell on one of his backcountry roads, but we talked for a few minutes, and I introduced him to the Central Florida Club. And yeah, so we've got a lot of things going on this week. You guys know I'll be just waiting now for Twitter Aristo to come up now on for an auction. I'm just going to wait it out. It could be months. It could be days. I don't know. And then I'll see if it's worth it and buy one of those. But so far, it's been a long day. I did like 4 hours of yard work today, just trying to clean up the house. It's been really bad outside with all the rain. Everything is terrible. So I was like, I'm tired. Let's do a live stream early. And thank you so much for everybody for stopping by. We are sponsored by Ranch Flavor today. Ranch. What's going on, guys? I see y'all Instant Health. Lewis, how you doing? Christopher almost bought their flame. Oh, dude, it's amazing. I'm telling you, it's amazing. What's up, Jay? How you doing? Giancarlo, hello, man. 33 heard us. Yeah, the detailer from Auto Geek. Yeah, from Auto Geek. For sure, man. The interior detailer is a nice, clean thing, and it gives you that protection, but it's not going to give you a high shine. 303 is not out there to set up things, or just out there to give you proper protection and stuff. I have noticed that 303 is not trying to be super shiny or super dull. They're just going to give you exactly what you need to get it done, and that's about it. That's the way they are. The Sienna's pretty good. It's up in Jacksonville, Florida right now. My wife and my son are up in Jacksonville, Florida, so they'll be home tonight around midnight. They go up there. What's up, Rob? How you doing, man? Mallow. Had a question. Do you do your own mechanical work? No, I don't. I actually pay other people to do it for me. Cool Ranch Doritos for the win. Truth. I still remember when Ranch Doritos came out in the 80s. I was a kid, and I was like, oh, my God, it was so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. What's up, Daily? How you doing, buddy? Smell test. For the Ranch or for the 303? Are we smelling the Ranch or are we smelling the 303? Because I'll smell them both. I'll smell it. Try two Cool Ranch Doritos in the foam cannon. If it would work, we could do it for you. AutoGeek gets 303 products. Yeah, it's really getting. They're trying to get their name out. That's exactly why they contacted me and stuff like that. All these companies, because they want to get their name out there. For one, they get free publicity, and I understand that. And for two, that way they can have some feedback. So, like, let's say me and a couple other people who ever tested it for them say, hey, you should work on this or that. It gives them a little more feedback from people that tried it. And that's why I try and tell these companies. I'm like, look, like, here's how it went down with Voodoo Car Care. Very nice people to deal with. Very easy. Maybe not the best products, but very easy in understanding. And I told them, look, guys, I probably have 40 different car washes in my garage right now. 40. I said, I've probably tried 60. I was like, well, after that many, I can generally tell you what's good and what's not like that. And that's why I'm trying to help you be a better brand. And unlike some companies that might, shun me and give me a little bit of an attitude, like, our stuff's the best no matter what, because you guys know there are companies out there like that. They actually took it and listened. And that's what I do like about a company like that they're going to make themselves better. So that's really cool. And I like dealing with them. So I don't mind if they're not the best company, because now they're taking criticism and they're trying to correct their products. And they said they're going to send me some new products when it comes out. And I'm like, cool. So I'm all about that stuff. Brandon, what's up going on, man? Hey, live stream earlier today. Yeah, dude, it's only because I've just I literally did so much work today, yard work. Today was the first day it did not rain in, I can't tell you how many weeks, literally. So all I did is mow the yard. The yard was like, this tall, and you're like, and it's like killing the lawnmower because it wanted to shut down because it's so tall. I did just trimming hedges, cutting back everything I could. Today I was burning up, and then I went for a drive in the GTR, got some Chinese food, then I called it an evening. So I was like, well, we're going to head in early, do a little bit of a live stream for you guys, hang out with y'all for a little bit, and then as soon as I get home, I'll probably go ahead and go to sleep, because I actually did lots of physical work out in the sun today. So I was like, whoa, there's a sun today. So I did a lot of ketchup around the house. Mr. Pink and the foam can. I've already done it, man. I've already done it. You should go back and see some of my older videos. Good product. Very good product. Are you Scotty Kilmer's son? No. Best products to clean a black car. Honestly, most products are going to treat your car about the same. There are some, let's say, waxes and polishes that might be more designed for it to make a black car pop a little more, but for the most part, they're all going to do the same. Let's just face it. I don't want you guys wasting any more of your money than you have to. And that's what I do here. I just try and give you guys real results and just, give you a good hobbyist example because I try all that stuff. I'm sure there's some car wash that's $100 and it's going to be so much better than every product out there. That's great. But how many people are buying a $100 car wash? And that's what it comes down to. The average Joe will never spend that kind of money on that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? The best way to deal with loss of a loved one. The same way you do it every time, man. Go find another loved one. Is it better to have a larger pad to polish and compound? Larger pad. From what I've understand, most of the guys that professionally do this are doing like 5.5 inch. They're doing 5.5 inch pads, or now they're really starting to get into like microfiber pads and stuff like that. But just make, a foam pad will do good. Maybe a microfiber pad just cuts a lot faster. Did your wife help you? Hell no. My wife's in Jacksonville, Florida. She told me she's never mowed a yard in her entire life. Never. Like, you go to her house and they don't really keep their yard up at all. They don't keep their house up. It's pretty messy. It's pretty nasty actually inside, and I can't deal with that. I grew up where my dad made me mow the yard at least once a week. If it was like a rainy season like now, I'd have to mow it on like a Monday and on a Saturday because he wanted it properly cut every single week. Very, very strict about how things were, and he'd come out there and look at it until I was used to doing it and be like, oh, you missed a spot, that kind of thing. That's the way he was. And since we live in a country club, it's like you got to keep the neighborhood up because we have HOAs. Best quick dealer for wiping dust. Honestly, don't spend your money doing any crazy detailer. There's some very good ones out there. Honestly, like McGuire's, Turtle Wax, Ice Line is really good. Just ones over the counter, you'll be fine. I've been using obviously the Mother's California Gold. Yesterday, one of my buddies, he just came back from Bradenton, Florida, and he has a 370Z. He loved my 370Z, so he bought one, and he moved back here, and his headlights were all cloudy. If you guys got to see the Instagram, I cleaned his headlights for him. I showed him how to do it. I used the McGuire's heavy duty. I also used the Mother's 2.0 pad and decontaminated and clayed his hood. And then I actually used Wax God's wax, final polish and wax on his entire hood to show him the difference. And of course, it was raining big time yesterday. So he was just like, he texted me today. He's like, I'm amazed by how good it is. I'm like, yeah. Cause we did it like the right way, the entire way on the hood, even though it was pouring rain. I just used waterless wash on his hood and stuff like that. We just cleaned off his hood, and I only did that section just to show him, and I cleaned his whole headlights for him. And then I taught him how to do it so he could start working on the other side. And then I came back and just made sure everything was good. So he was just like, it's so much better. I'm like, I know it's not that hard, is it? And that's what I think. See a lot of people out there do. They're very scared to do these kind of things on their own. And in reality, it's very easy to clean your headlights, polish your car, wax your car, stuff like that. Don't be scared of it. Don't pay these guys. Because he's like, I want a little bit of paint correction, and I'd like to have it, ceramic coated. I'm like, you better get ready to drop anywhere between $500 and $1,000 for a proper one where they're going to, any little rock chips and stuff, for them to do it and then polish it and then come back with a ceramic coating. I said, get ready to drop around $1,000. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I showed him the ceramic coating I have, and it was like $89 for the ceramic coating. And he was just like, that's it? I'm like, it's the hours of labor they're putting in that's costing you the money, buddy. What are your thoughts on paint prep? What do you prefer? I use a lot of different stuff, brother. When I was doing his stuff yesterday, I only used the polish and wax combination that Wax Gods makes, and it really did good. So it's kind of like all in one. It just does a light polishing plus a waxing at the same time. But there's some really good ones out there. If you just want a polishing compound, you want something with a counter, McGuire's Ultimate Compound or Ultimate Polish will do just fine. You know what I mean? I mean, if you have to have the absolute best, there's some very high-end brands out there. But if you're just going for the consumer grade and make it look pretty good, 95, 98% good, those are going to do good. There's no reason for you to blow a lot of your money. I hate seeing people just saying, oh, I spent $50 on this soap. And I'm like, can you tell the difference between that and a $5 soap? And that kind of thing. I see it all the time, If you're going to have a show car, then yes, go with the ultra extra model. But if you're just having an average everyday beater car and you want it to look nice, don't go crazy, guys. Save your money. Do you plan to get a mod or stock Aristo? I would have it fully stock is what I'm planning on doing. Ricky, what I'm looking at right now is obviously it would be the 2JZ twin turbo engine. And what I'm thinking here is I've got probably about a year left on my GTR the way I'm paying. And I'm literally just throwing money at the GTR every single paycheck. I'm like, I've got extra money. Like the bank says I don't even owe anything for months and months. That's how far I am ahead. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm just throwing money at it like that because I want it gone. So what I'm thinking is if I can't find a good car in, 6 months to push in a year, I'll probably just back off. And the good thing about Pacific Coast Auto is if you don't buy anything from them, your deposit money that you had to put in, so for a good faith deposit, it's 100% refundable. And that's what I like about them. It's, they just want to show that you're serious about it. That's why they ask for the money, because obviously they got to use all their, their licenses and stuff to bid on it and then pay translators to translate the auction sheet. But if not, they just give you the money back. So if not, then I'm probably going to go ahead and pick up one of those blue Civic Type R's as my four-door dadmobile. They're about $35,000, and that would be more than enough. The things are going to hold their value. It's a Honda. It's going to last for years. So that's where I'm looking at right now. I just don't really want to get into big payments again. I think I'm done. This is going to be my last big payment of the car I'll ever do. From here on out, it'll just be used cars, like the GTR was used, obviously, but a lot cheaper. That's just personally me. I'd rather be spending money now towards a second house out west in the mountains. That's just me, though. Everybody's different. All the wash bits about the same. Yeah, honestly, Austin, there are. You're right about that, buddy. Dalton, Surf City Garage has a Lime, especially for black and dark colored cars. Well, I'm trying to read through everybody's stuff. I apologize, guys. You did a 2-bucket test. That was good, but I wonder how it would work in the foam gun. What do you mean by that? Because what I do is I use the foam gun to get off the heavy dirt and the most of it. Then I came back with a 2-bucket method if I'm paint prepping a car. And then I go ahead and wash it. Otherwise, I just use the 2-bucket method and clean it, because otherwise I got to drag the pressure washer out, connect to the hose, do all that stuff. And to me, it's just easier just to whip out the 2 buckets, put the water in it, and go to town. That's a lot faster for me. And when it comes down to time, I got to knock it out like that, because I got to watch my son and I still have to work. Recently saw an ad for a clay pad to put on your DA polisher. I've heard about it, Super Dave, but I've never actually tried it and bought it. Again, when my friend was over here yesterday, I showed him the Eagle One pad. He saw the thing. I said, look, they're essentially the same. And I have the one from Rev Automotive where he used with their Neo Armor, which is basically a spray-on sealant. And I was like, see, I said, they're basically all the same. They're like a rubberized material underneath, and they all do the exact same thing. So I'm sure the DA polisher would be a lot faster if you had the DA polisher. It's not like it's hard to clay bar a car, though, for sure. Would you ever consider starting your own business selling car soap? I've thought about it. I've talked to a couple of my friends, like the Limitless Car Care, Wax Scott and stuff, and I can tell you they've been doing it for a couple of years now, and they are making profit, but the original investment cost them a lot. And on top of that, it's not, he said they, in their words, they can't pull the money out of it yet. So most of the money they're making profit off it has to go right back into the business to buy new products, buy new machines, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Banners, tents, to travel, to go on to car shows with. You still have to have your main job. Like I talked to Limitless Car Care. He's some of the best products I've ever tried. He said he works 55 hours a week. He's a firefighter. So he's a firefighter by trade, and he has to do this every evening when he gets home from work. And then on the weekends, he has to go to all the car shows in the area around New York and stuff like that. He has to travel. So he said all of his money is going right back into reinvesting it to make the company grow and grow and grow. Because he said he last year over year, he's grown over 900%. That's just insane. But he makes such good quality products that I can understand why. Wax God's the same thing. He said he was a finance manager. So he does this as extra. You know what I mean? So he started when he was in college, and then he went from there. So that's really gives you guys the idea of what it is. And they're doing the same thing, building the company so where you can finally start living off of it. But for now, you still have to work your main job. So I don't know about now if I'd ever consider it. There's too many companies starting out of nowhere now, trying to get in the detail thing. And I think it's going to be oversaturated soon. Think of it like some of these YouTube gamers. 6-7 years ago, there might have only been a certain amount of handful. Now it's like every little 2-year-old has to have a gaming channel. And that's what it's come down to. Bought some CG microfiber pad and towel wash work. Yeah, I had no issues with it. I used it the other day. I just haven't made the video. I haven't uploaded the video yet, Dalton. So for sure. What's up, Esteban? Thoughts on people that don't take care of landscaping in the yard? In my neighborhood, you can't do that. You will literally get a warning letter within a couple days in the mail saying that you have until this date to correct it, or they will correct it for you, and you will be charged for it. It's pretty nuts. Like, we got letters in the past for our roof was dirty. They wanted us to pressure clean or chemically clean our roof. We had too many palm fronds, like dead palm fronds were like, up on the tree still. So they wanted somebody to go up there and cut them down. And like bushes were too high. We've got we needed to remulch the flower beds. The flower beds need to be remulched because they were not overgrown, but it was looking pretty bad in the backyard here, and they wanted it redone. What else do we got in a writing up for? It's just dumb little things like that where you just got to keep care of your house. Would you rent out a house in the mountains? No, I don't think I would rent it out. I would probably just get a much smaller house, like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, something like 1,400 square foot, nothing big. And out there in the west of the mountains, many of them have basements, so they don't consider the basement as part of their square footage of their house. So that's all I would ever look for, because like you said, if you're not going to live there full time, then there's no reason for you to have something like that. It'll be really pretty and nice, but that's all I would want, because this in Florida would be our main home, and then there would be the vacation / retirement type home. When it starts getting cold and stuff, you're like, nope, I'm going back to Florida. Do you like fishing? Not really. Hello, everybody. What do you recommend for tire dressing? Ooh, there's a lot of good ones out there right now. Hobby, if you're looking for something that's going to last the longest, probably your creams, your Chemical Guys VRP, Masterson's Trim and Tire Shine. What else have I recommended that I've tried? I can't remember anymore. Adams has a tire shine. It's a cream base that'll last you a long time. They're all about the same. Gels, stuff like your Sonax tire gel, your Meguiar's Ultimate tire gel will last you a good solid about 2 weeks, unless it's all nasty and rainy. I recently put quick connects on my hose, foam gun, can, and pressure washer. Yeah, I can't believe yours didn't come with it, man. Mine had my pressure washer has it. You just pull back on the thing and it just locks on like that. It's instant. It's done. Just made it in. What's up, boss? How you doing, Jonathan? You got a lot of followers that would buy it. I understand that, Malau, but at this point in time, I just don't think I'm ready to take on a business and really devote my life to having to run a business, as well as still going to work, as well as taking care of my family. And I still want to have fun. There comes a point when in your life that the way I see it is, you can make as much money as you can, but if you don't have any time to enjoy it and spend it, then it doesn't matter how much you make in your life. I see it a lot. I see these guys that are working 70, 80 hours a week, and they're knocking down 6 figures a year, no problem, like this, year after year, 6 figures. And you're like, man, they're living a good lifestyle. They got these massive homes. They got these amazing badass cars, but they have no life. They're working 6, 7 days a week. They don't take vacations. They never see their family. And that's not what I want in my life. I want to enjoy life. I don't want to see life just pass before my eyes, and before I know it, I'm 70 years old and I'm like, damn, I didn't do anything in life but work. I don't want to be that guy. So it's really hard for me to consider that right now. Smell test. Oh, okay. We can do a smell test for you right quick. This is, by the way, for anybody who's coming in now, 303's brand new car wash. She just sent it to me. It's just now was pumped out there. It's purple in color. I know you guys can't see. It's purple in color. It's grape. It smells just like grape. So it's purple in color in the light. It just smells just like grape. I cannot wait to try it. I'll do a little bit of a slosh test for you. I know some people are like, that's not scientific. Well, it might not be scientific, but from what I've gathered, the slower it takes for it to come all the way down the side usually means it's going to be really thick, rich, sudsy, high lubricity. And one of my favorite picks. So I'll do a little bit of a test for you here. So I can see a film coming down. It's definitely not the slowest I've ever seen come down, but there's a nice little film coming down. But I'd say right now, like film-wise coming down, I give it about a B. So I don't know, but we'll see when I do the review later on this week. I'll be able to let you guys know for sure. But that's where it stands right now. What's up, AJ? How you doing? Do you like living where there's HOA? It really doesn't bother me. It's like $150 a month for our HOA fees. That covers like security. That covers where they, go entering the neighborhood. We have lights in the neighborhood. We have free basic cable. We have free irrigation water for the sprinkler system, all that stuff. It's all included. So, it's whatever in the end. Adam's Ultra Foam is Adam's shampoo. versus Adam shampoo. The Ultra Foam seemed like it was pretty good. I think it was a solid A product. I don't remember the other one as well, so please bear with me. I just don't remember it as well. You can go back into my videos and watch it, but I just don't remember that well. It's been like what, 6 to 8 months. It's going to be hard to get your own brand out. That's the thing, Pooh. And the only thing that would help me out personally is just that I have a YouTube channel. But then the bias comes in because everybody's like, oh, you're just pushing it because it's yours. And, you know, then I'm the one that's having to send out samples like they did to me so that way they can get the word out. That's what these companies do. You know, they're sending out sample. Here, you have some, you have some. And that's why I get all these free samples because, you know, they're going to get free publicity out of it. Plus, they're going to get some feedback. So it's a win-win. So they send me, let's say, $50, $100 in free products. Well, let's say half of you guys order $10, $15 of products each. Well, they've already more than paid for what they had to spend on me, and it's a tax write-off. So the stuff they send me as tester samples. Did you ever use speed wipes from CG? I'm using I have not. All I've been using is my Griot's Garage waffle weave towel. That's what I use to dry off my cars. What rides and what order would you do as gates open at Magic Kingdom? You want to get to the bigger rides first. Your longest lines are going to be your Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, and the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Those are going to be your heaviest ones. Oh, Peter Pan. Peter Pan, for some reason, it's the dumbest little 60-second ride. It's so stupid. But for some reason, Peter Pan always has like a 2 or 3 hour wait. I mean, it's one of the worst rides in Disney, but it always is like that. I was at whatchamacallit last week, the Toy Story grand opening on the day it opened last Saturday. I was there at Hollywood Studios, and you can see right over the wall where they're building the new Star Wars land. It's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. And, dude, that place was packed. The Slinky Dog, the new little kiddie roller coaster they have there, 6 hour wait. It was just ridiculous, man. Will you ever do another float test? I don't know. I haven't been out in the pool, actually. I haven't been in the pool all year, actually. We pay the pool guy, but I've never been in the pool all year. It's back there. You know what I mean? I haven't even swam in it. I thought about it today, but I was just like, I just want to go take a shower. After 4 hours in the Florida sun, just doing nothing but yard work, trimming hedges, cutting back everything, pushing the lawnmower, weed eating everything. And I was just like, I just want to go get in the shower and get cleaned up. And then I just relaxed for a while. I didn't feel very good. I was like, oh, I'm tired. Taste test. No, I'm not going to taste that stuff. They made a car wash. Yeah, for sure. Detailing 101. They did. And good to see you too. Thanks for the review on the Ultimate Quick Wax. Made it a silver paint. Yeah, it's a solid product for sure, man. I see what you're saying. Very wise. It kind of reminds me of the movie Click. Yeah, I know the movie you're talking about with Adam Sandler. It's true, though. You know, my wife makes more than enough money for the house. Let's put it that way. I work my own job. My job basically pays for my car and my toys. That's what it basically comes down to. And then I as my way to help around the house, obviously, I take care of the house. I wash the dishes. I do the laundry. I watch my son. I take care of the outside thing. I pay all that bills online for us. That's just me. So that way, when she's at the medical clinic all day long, that's what's going on. So she doesn't have to work when she gets home. That's the agreement we had. So, you know, and we can still do it. As a matter of fact, yesterday I just booked our next cruise. I know you guys are like, you're going on another cruise? Yeah, we're going on another cruise. This time we're going out of Quebec, Canada, on the Disney Magic all the way up the St. Lawrence Seaway around. I think it stops in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and then it ends in New York City again. And I know I have one of my subscribers, Matthew, whatever. He's out of Halifax, Nova Scotia. He's like, dude, you come by here, you got to come say hi. So if anybody's out there in Quebec and all that stuff, you know, just let me know. Maybe we can get some pictures while I'm there that day. Smell my opinion. Adam's shampoo went. Oh yeah, for sure. Car washing. Adam's had some really good smelling stuff for sure. Did you ever talk about the leather conditioner and cleaner? I talked about a 303 one. I think I did. What's a spray sealant? So it's like a wax, but a sealant is meant to last a lot longer, and it always does. So a normal sealant is applied in like a typical like wax, a liquid form. But with a spray sealant, it is actually used with a spray bottle. It's not going to last quite as long from what I've noticed as a regular like application type sealant, but it does last a very long time. Good stuff. Is it possible that you like Disney World more than your kid? No, what happened is as soon as we moved here, we were like, well, screw it. We're Florida residents, obviously. We live 20, 25 minutes away. So why don't we go ahead and get the season passes? It was like $600, $700 for the entire year. And when it's $100 a ticket, well, now it's like $118 a day to go to Disney. You go 6 times, you've already paid for it, you know? So we figured, so it automatically takes the money out of your paycheck every month, you know, it automatically deducts your account. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? You haven't been on the, yeah. I remember you're in New York and you think all the pools and beaches and all that stuff are great. We're Floridians. It's no big deal for us anymore. Try turtle wax, high foaming wash in the foam cannon. It's a green soap container. I don't know if I have yet or not. Remember, I've got so many products I've been testing out, so bear with me. I'll eventually get through some of the stuff. What do you do for fun besides YouTube? I obviously have cars. I have motorcycles I love. I have 2 motorcycles. I used to play a lot of video games. I don't get to play them near as much anymore now that I have a son. What else do I do? We do a lot of traveling. We travel as much as we can. We do a lot of cruising, as if you guys can't tell. I used to travel to Europe once a year when I was younger, but now I can't. We can't anymore. Now I have a baby, so hopefully next year or two, I plan to start going back to Europe once a year. I like to just do and see new things. I'm not a big clubber or anything like that. I never got into that kind of going to the bar scene. It was just, that stuff was not for me. You have the best music on YouTube. You just get them from the free creator studio, Weekend Warrior. One thing is you don't want to get nailed by copyright claims or anything like that and have your channel flagged. So there is a bunch of free music you can pick from, like thousands of songs you can pick from, and that's what I do. I just get the songs I'm interested in, and then I just put clips of that song in there. So I know I'm never going to get flagged by YouTube, because YouTube actually is putting them out there for copyright free. You won't have to worry about it. Xbox is a cord or something like that, but I haven't played video games in a while, buddy. Even I played, what did I play? I played Black Ops 3 again about a month or two ago. I was still whooping some serious tail, but you guys saw it on my Instagram, but I just don't have the time right now to play it. Is mixing car wash and water very well? As long as it's got a decent amount of lubricity, I guess I could see it as a possible chance for you, Ricky. It could be a good experiment for you to try out. Did you ever eat the big turkey drumsticks? I haven't, because they're expensive, dude. They're like $10 or $15. They're not cheap, Cody. Everything at Disney is very expensive. Like every single year, parking prices go up, and so does ticket prices. Like last year, ticket prices to get in Disney were like $114, $115. This year's $118. Last year, parking was $20. This year, parking is $22. Now, we have free parking because we have the Platinum Premier, whatever. But every single year, Disney raises their prices, and then Universal matches them. It's funny. So Disney goes up by $2 or $3 a year. Universal goes up by $2 or $3. That's exactly the way it is, but Universal's cheaper. SeaWorld and Busch Gardens are much cheaper. So, you know, if you just want to have fun in an amusement park, just go to one of the other ones. Don't go to Disney. Have you ever tried Armor All? Not yet, Dalton. What did you do in the yard today? Mow the yard, edge the yard, weed the yard, trim back the hedges, cut back some of the bushes that had to be cut back, blowed off the whole street and the driveways and all that stuff. And it was like 90-something degrees in the sun. It was, dude, I'm beat down. I literally feel tired tonight. It's a good interior leather cleaning product. Like Mother's VLR, which should treat you good, or McGuire's. They have some really decent stuff that'll do you more than what you need, boss. Also, you can put a spray wax on top of a spray sealant. Hey, from Australia, day off from work, finally watched live. Well, welcome to the party, Link. Welcome to the party. One of these days, I'm going to get some of that Bowden Zone. That's an Australian brand. For you guys who don't know, there's a detailing company called Bowden Zone. They're based out of Australia. One of these days, I will import some and actually try it out, because that could be a lot of fun. I have a lot of people asking me about some of the British companies in England, but we'll see. Got to get around to the stuff I have now. I was offered a job and driver at age 20. You can't even drive till you're 21, state law. The past video you worked in the US. It's a hard job. It's definitely not easy, man. You will sweat your ass off. You will bust your ass. If you want a cushy job, it's not the place to be. Do you remember in Disney 1998, a bottle of water is $4? It's still like $3.54 for a bottle of water. Get ready for it, Cody. Get ready, buddy. Do you watch NASCAR? No, I don't. How much is a water bottle? It's still saying $3.54. What's going on, Lisa? I haven't seen you in a while. Can you still buy Eagle One car wash? Yes, you can. You can definitely still buy it. I find it in like Advanced Auto Parts store. I found it in like O'Reilly's or AutoZone. You can definitely still find it here. Let me see. My dad stuck food into Disney. I don't think they care about the food in Disney. Security got really crazy in all the parks in the last probably 2 or 3 years. Before, security wasn't that big of a deal. I think it was because of like the Pulse shooting, in downtown Orlando, because the Pulse shooter was originally looking at Disney as one of his targets to go shoot up, the Muslim guy, the terrorist guy. I'm sure I'm now flagged on YouTube for this one. This could be interesting. But after that, I want to say it was right around that time, sometime around there, Disney began to add metal detectors everywhere. Like right before you get on the monorails, right before you walk into the parks, you have to go through. Everybody goes through metal detectors now. Same at Universal Studios. Every single person at Universal, every single person at Busch Gardens and SeaWorld has to go through metal detectors. It's all changed, man. So you can't even go to the. So you go to the ticket booth and then boom, you go right into the metal detector. So you can't even get into the park without anymore. And like Disney World, they'll have like 3 or 4 sheriffs just like standing right out in the front of it, and they'll have their cars parked right in front of it. Right where you go into Disney World, they have them parked right there. And they'll all just be like standing around this, talking to each other and stuff like that. But there'll always be like 3 or 4 of them sitting out there every single day. So it's pretty crazy. We also found out Disney actually has undercover security that they pay that are armed undercover security that walk around the park all day long just to sit there and, monitor things. And if things get bad, then they'll call for help, that kind of stuff. But they don't dress. They'll dress like you and me. And we just kind of like walk around the park and talk. It's pretty crazy. Did you listen to? No, I don't. Have you ever Super Cleaner Pro Power? I haven't tried any of those, brother. I know that I heard they're pretty good, but I haven't tried them. What's up, Jared? How you doing, man? How have you been? Just working, doing videos for you guys, taking care of the house this weekend. I've been home alone, trying to clean up the outside of the house. Did you hear about the Thai kids? I don't know how you get stuck in a cave, but yeah, I heard about it. But that's all I've heard about. You know what I mean? It's like it's way over there. That kind of thing where you don't hear about it because it's way over there. Here in California, Universal pad you down. Oh, they pad you down? No, in Universal here. So as soon as you get out of the parking garage, you come into the main, like you want to call it like a hub type thing. And then you have to go right through security right then. Every single person goes through it. All your bags go through the x-ray machine. If you beep, then they wand you down. Every single person that walks through Universal. And then you walk all the way down and you go into City Walk. And then you either break it off and go to Universal Islands Adventure or Universal Studios over on this side. That's the way it works. You just can't get anywhere anymore. It's the way it goes. Don't bring too many ladies over. It wouldn't be worth it, Ricky, unless they were making more than my wife. You know what I mean? That would be dumb. You know what I mean? It would never be worth it. Everyone Darren eats live stream. Watch both at the same time. What? Get your ever get the GTR ceramic? No, but I did actually drive it yesterday, and it began pouring rain. I was like, dude, it rained and it rained and it rained yesterday. But I did go out and drive it yesterday. It's funny that if you guys have, I've talked about in the past. I have a friend who's actually a police officer in St. Cloud, right down the street from me in St. Cloud, Florida. So I took the GTR out. And I was giving my friend's dad a ride. He's a manager at a Publix store around here. Publix is like, for you guys up north, like Wegmans. It's a really high-end shopping store. And his dad's like big time into cars and stuff. And so I was like, come on in, let's go for a ride. He's like, no, it's okay. I'm like, no, get in the car. So we went into some of those back side roads, and we were going to go fast. And I was showing him, I'm like, about the Waze app. You guys know the Waze app where you can know where cops are at, if there's accidents, heavy traffic, that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah, see? There's a police report ahead. And so I slowed down. I was doing right at the speed limit. I come around the corner, and there's, of course, the St. Cloud police officer right there. Well, not 30 seconds later, I get a text message from him saying, spotted you. And I wrote back about a minute later. I was like, yeah, Waze spotted you too. I said, I knew you were there before I even came around the corner. And my radar had a chance to even warn because he was shooting radar on some of those back roads, trying to catch some speeders back there. And I was laughing. He's like, man, I just got here. And I'm like, dude, it doesn't take very long. When everybody's running Waze, they just nail you that report that cops are there the whole time. So, and it's funny because I went to the end of the street, then took a right on the back road, pulled over, set it in launch control, and boom, we were doing well over 100 miles an hour. And here he was like 2 or 3 minutes away looking for speeders, and we were just barreling down the road in St. Cloud, those back country roads. So it was pretty funny. You should mod the minivan up. Nah, it'd be worthless. The minivan has a 296 horsepower engine. It's already pretty fast. Does the wife ever get suspicious when you get home alone? Not that I know of. I mean, she's the typical woman that's who. So what'd you do? Did you have you get any girls? Who's this girl? You know, that kind of thing. But it was it was only really when we were dating too much. Other than that, I kind of put her in her place. I'm like, dude, if you're really thinking that, then I'm out of here. I'm not going to deal with that. And so she had to cut it down a lot. What's the longest lasting tire shine coating you've ever used? Jared, probably one of the tire creams. So your Chemical Guys VRP, your Masterson's Tire and Trim Shine, your Adams Tire Shine. Any one of those like cream type coatings, those are going to last you almost 3 weeks. As long as you don't get them in the wet and stuff like that, then that's when they tend to really wear off a lot faster. What's the best new car scent product? Ooh, I don't know, man, because a lot of them are pretty good. You know, and the thing is, like, you guys might enjoy one scent. I might enjoy another scent. So that's why I just try and, you know, tell you the best I can what it smells like. Now, it's funny, Chemical Guys, their new car scent spray, dear God, there are so many people that absolutely hate that smell. It does not smell like a new car at all. I tried to describe it the best I could in the video, and I have so many people still to this day commenting on that video saying how bad they don't like it, or you know what I mean? They dislike that smell so bad. That video must have like 40,000 views on it. Like, it's just a scent product. That's what's funny. Like, you know, you're thinking, oh, a good product review like this should be able to get the reviews. Nope, a car scent. Chemical Guys new car scent has like 40,000 views, and you're just like, what? It really is pretty funny. Love Waze, always giving me, oh dude, Waze is great. I know when traffic is bad. I know if there's accidents ahead, I can reroute around it, go a different way, some of the back streets. I know where the cops are, let's say 90% of the time. The other time, like my radar, dude, I knew where the cop was, where my friend was, a couple miles before we were even around the corner where he was hiding. And my radar didn't even, it went off and warned me, of course. But it was really funny because I already slowed down to 45 miles an hour on those side roads before I even got anywhere close to him, because I was like, oh, see, I was like, this is how you can know about the police and stuff. And sure enough, he was there. And I'm like, ha, 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 dude, you were already pointed out. So anybody who, like me, was trying to go to the back roads to go have some fun and speed, and as long as we ran Waze, we were good. We didn't even need the radar detector. But that radar detector is damn good for those cops that have their radar on and they're driving this way at the same time you're going that way, and they're monitoring speed. So that's good. Or for cops that just haven't been marked on Waze yet, and they just happen to get to their little camp out spot, that's when you need the radar detector for sure. Or if you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's nobody running Waze, that's when you definitely need the radar detector, because you need to cover your tail some way. In your opinion, do you think the extra shine on tires, interior, dash security looks better? No, I mean, it depends. Like, I haven't had any issues with it. I know everybody's different. You know, some people like, I'll give you an example. You guys know that I've thought about getting the Civic Type R. I really like that blue, and that blue, it's so pretty if you see it in person. But a lot of people think that's just riced out look. I understand the big wing and stuff is a little much. I get that. So, but some people will dog it out. But in reality, it's a super solid car, and it set the front wheel drive Nuremberg Ring lap record. And so it's kind of like, for one person, they might think it looks ghetto, and being too wet, the other person thinks it's totally good. So it's kind of like that. You know what I mean? Long time, Nathan. I know it's been a little while, buddy. You've probably been cheating on me with every other YouTuber out there. I understand. A lot of my people come and go. That's just what they do. It's funny. There's a lot of people always asking me and stuff like that. They're like, do you watch all these other people? I'm like, no, I don't. I've got too much other things to do. And when I want to look at reviews, it's going to be like car reviews or whatever. It has nothing to do with detailing. What I do here is, I do it as the hobby for you guys. I just have fun doing it. And that's all I do it for. I don't try and be the next, big ammo NYC pro. I just do it for fun. And I concentrate on a lot of things over the counter versus these guys that are trying out these very elite brands and stuff like that. The average Joe is never going to buy that. Probably 75, 80% of you guys will never order those products online. You're going to want to try those Meguiar's. What do you think about Meguiar's, Mother's, all this stuff, or you can buy it at any store locally. And your leather scents or leather interiors. Leonardo, actually, if you like a leather conditioner with like an old school leather smell, then get the Masterson's leather conditioner, because that's that old school leather smell to it. It's like cowboy type stuff. It's pretty crazy the way it smells. Do you ever You should do a video on how to buy a car. Maybe. I mean, I've bought a few cars. I'm not the guy that flips cars every 2 years, as you guys know. I've had the blue car since 2006. I bought the white car, which is still not fixed, in 2009. I bought my 370Z in 2013. I kept it 4 years and then I wouldn't have sold it if I didn't buy the GTR. So I usually keep my cars, if I like them, I keep them a pretty good ways. You know what I mean? Like, we only got rid of the Hyundai Tucson because we needed more room. That's the only reason we got rid of the Tucson, to get the minivan. No, not cheating. Been super busy. Been on vacation. Yeah, dude, I just told them, I just booked my next cruise yesterday, or on Friday. I booked my next cruise. We're going to be going up to Canada, doing a Canada New England cruise, on Disney this time. I've only been on Disney once, but because Disney is so expensive, but it's pretty nice. This was like really nice. Truthfully, between the chat and what is the soap you mostly wash your car with? Favorite car soaps? That's easy. I would say it's Limitless Car Care, Limitless Lather, or Wax God's car wash. There is nothing I've tried that's better than those two. Nothing. The suds will still be this tall at the end of the bucket. At the end of the car wash, the scent are both good on them. The lubricity, you can barely even keep it in your hands. They'll be so you put your hands in the suds or whatever, pull them out, you can barely even hold on to this. It's so damn slick. It smells good. The suds never die. I mean, to me, that's what I'm looking for, and that's why I give those two just top-notch scores. Top-notch. I've never tried anything better than those two. Well worth it. Well worth it. Would you recommend spending 50 plus on a good, authentic Japanese clay bars or stick? Honestly, Quang, the newer stuff I like is like the Mother Speed Clay 2.0, the Eagle ones, Mitt, those kind of things, because I think the new nano skin type technology is the future. It's just a lot easier to clean, a lot easier and a lot faster. Upcoming pothole ways. Yeah, see, we don't have too many potholes in Florida, obviously, because we don't have like the freezing and cracking, expanding, that kind of thing of the snow and the cold weather. We just don't have that. So it's very rare here. Like all those like snake things, you know what they call them? What do they call those things? Like tar snakes that go across the ground to like seal them. You rarely see those here in Florida. Very rare. So usually the roads last pretty good here. We only use asphalt. We use, like, I noticed when you go up north, they use concrete where, like, you know, the roads, we use just asphalt. So they just redo it every 5 or 10 years or whatever it is. You know what I mean? When you mentioned the white car still isn't fixed, the Prelude guy found anything not yet, Super Dave. I don't know, buddy. At this point, like I said, I really don't care. Again, I'm looking to buy the Toyota Aristo, but if the thing is, you have to wait till one even comes to auction. So it could be months before I even find anything. And if we get to the point where I'm at like 6-8 months from now, and I still haven't found one I'm willing to put my money on and bid on, then I'm just going to pull my money out, because I'll probably just go ahead and get the Civic Type R. Because like I said, $34,000 for a Civic Type R, you know, people might dog and say it's expensive, but damn, those things are going to, they're holding their value. Even resale value is asking as not much, if not even more than MSRP. Some of these dealerships are asking way over. So it'll be like a Subaru STI. They go down so little in resale value. It's nuts with those cars. Like Subarus really hold their value. Hondas do, but Subaru STIs, good God. And like, you'll be like 4 years old and they'll still be asking like $31,000. It was like brand new is $38,000. What the hell? I mean, that's just what they do. And the Civic Type R is the same way. And it's a Civic. It's a Honda. It's going to last forever. Tons of room. It's going to be easy to do stuff too. And I really don't need to mod it. I mean, it's more than I need. I just want a 4-door car for my son and the family kind of thing to get around in. So that's my thing right now, buddy. Can you try Black Magic Tire Cleaner? I'm surprised I haven't tried it already. Maybe you want to go check through some of my stuff, World, and see if I've already tried it, man. If not, let me know. What is the first thing you do when you're on a cruise ship? Usually we go get food. We usually get food. We go to the room, dump off all our stuff, check out the room, and then we go and get food usually. And then, you know, just kind of watch the sail away from whatever city we're going out of and then go from there. Is there a difference between wheel cleaner and tire cleaners? Yeah, because wheel might not be able to clean off all your old tire shines and stuff like that. Should Dyno Wax? I've heard a lot. It's funny that you mentioned Dyno Wax, Leonardo. I've had them follow me, and I guess unfollow me because they followed me again like a month or two later. It's really weird. I don't understand Instagram that well sometimes. I just think people follow just like you'll follow them and then they unfollow you really quickly. And I'm like, why? You know, why do people do that? Like, it's like subscribing. I'm not going to subscribe to a channel that I'm only going to watch 1 or 2 videos out of. I want to watch many videos out of it. That's the way I see it. Same with Instagram. If you just have one picture of like a little, oh my God, girl like this in front of a car, I don't care. I'm not going to follow you, you know, and it doesn't do it for me. But people, I feel like people are just so quick on the follow, and the same with subscribe. And then they might never watch your stuff, or they might never like your pictures. And I think some of these people are like they're doing it so you notice them and they're like, oh, well, let me go check out their stuff. Now I want to follow them. And then they quickly unfollow you. It's really crazy. You know what I mean? Should products be in AC? What? Did you forget to mention the unbelievable Glow Class soap? No, it's good, but you're telling me the best car soaps, Esteban, the best car soaps I've ever tried. You finally requested the dish soap and the foam cannon. Oh, I was going to get around to it. It just takes me time. And a lot of times I make videos. You don't see the video for a week or two. That's when I actually get the time to put it up for you guys on YouTube. That's normally the way it goes. Have you ever, what have you heard about Jay Leno's? I don't know, man. There was a lot of trash talk on it. I'll tell you that, Paul, because you got a guy that never details his cars at all, let alone usually works on them. And yet suddenly he's selling detailing products. Have you ever seen Jay Leno wash his car? And I'm subscribed to the Jay Leno channel. I like this stuff. But have you ever seen him detail a car? I just think it's a quick buck for him to throw his name on it. That kind of thing. Now, if it's good or not, I can't tell you guys. I don't know. But there was a lot of trash talk in the detailing things, and I was just like, hey, man, whatever. I haven't gotten around to try it, but maybe one of these days. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Toyota what? A Toyota Aristo. In the United States, it was called the Lexus GS 300, but the Lexus GS 300 that we had in the United States never came with a 2JZ twin turbo engine. Basically, the same engine that came in the Supra Turbo of the 90s that everybody loves. Yeah, they put it in a 4-door sedan, so you can imagine how fun and fast it is. Also, yes, you should order Bowden's. Their products smell amazing. Their afterglow smells great. They need like that Nerd Candy, and the yellow car wash smells like banana. Oh, I mean, eventually I'll get to it. I've had a lot of my Australian subscribers mention it over the years that I've been around, and they always just like, try that stuff. And I'm like, all right, I'll eventually get around to it. I just got to get off my tail and order it. But I'm always inundated. Like this. This just showed up last week. She just sent it to me in the box. And then I'll have another company drop me another box. And, so you kind of feel like you need to get this stuff out within the next couple of weeks in order to them to is a kind of a thank you, like, hey, I'm actually using it, guys. I'm actually using it. Thank you for sending it to me. Because, if you just don't ever make videos for them and you never review it, well, they're going to eventually stop. It's like, not saying thank you for something. Eventually people are just going to stop giving you something because they just think that you're rude and you're not polite. GP Wranglers do hold their value. You are right about that. I'm from Tennessee. I get mud everywhere in the past month. Oh, it's nuts. It's really nuts. The GTR was clean. It was dusty from being in the garage. I hadn't driven it in 3.5 weeks. Within 10 minutes of driving it out yesterday, it was sunny on this area. Within 10 minutes going out, we caught the rain, and I was just like, geez, it was complete downpour, and it never stopped for like 2 or 3 hours. It was so heavy rain, and I was just like, nah, whatever. It's pretty crazy. I just checked. You have not reviewed the Black Magic tire cleaner on the wheel cleaners and the tire shines. Okay, World, I will check into it for you. But Black Magic doesn't make the best products. I'll tell you that, World. There's some of the lower end products, so just go with the thing that I might not think very highly of them. And I'll try and remember to pick it up, buddy. Very true about not seeing Jay Leno. Yeah, you'll never see him fix his cars, detail them at all. Then again, why would you when you're a multi-millionaire? Why would you do any of your work if you can just keep buying the cars and traveling and that kind of thing? And now he's getting paid from whatever to make those videos where he drives his cars, and then sometimes other people's cars. It's like, if you're that rich, I wouldn't detail my own cars either. I'd just call up, hey, come on over, you do it for me. Okay, I'm going to go buy another car while you're doing that. Bye. That's the way it would be. Just when you have so much money, you're just going to delegate all the jobs. I'm one of the few people in my neighborhood who actually mows my own yard. I'd say a good 80% of my neighborhood, 80% if not more, pay lawn mowing companies to come in, and you'll see them. They'll come in with their big trailers, pull out the big deck lawnmowers, and they'll do 4 or 5 lawns in a row. That's just the way they do it. And they charge like, I think it's like 30, I just want to say like $30 or $40 a week, maybe a little bit less. And so they'll mow it, they'll trim your hedges if you need it, all that kind of stuff. And they come out every single week on the same day, and they'll do like 4 houses in a row, and then they go down the other side of the neighborhood, and they'll do maybe another 3 or 4 over there. It's just the way it is. Most of these people here, they just pay to have everybody else do that. They don't ever do it themselves. How do you clean baked on dirt on wheels? Some of the best wheel cleaner I've ever tried is Eagle 1 A to Z wheel cleaner. That stuff is a little more powerful, and damn, it cuts through some heavy dirt. A to Z, it's in an orange bottle. You'll easily be able to find it. Well, have you ever heard about Jay Leno's vehicle wash is similar to Adams' cost? Now I've heard rumors that Adams products make Jay Leno's products. Now that is just complete rumor, guys. I'm just stating it, but I've heard some of Adams' products are actually in Jay Leno's products. Again, I don't know. Again, that could be one of those backroom deals where, you know, Adams went to Jay and said, "Look, you can put your name on it. You get a cut, we get a cut," kind of thing, that kind of thing. So they're already thinking, hey, it's a different company. It's Jay Leno. Some people that weren't willing to try Adams were like, oh, Jay Leno, you know, that kind of thing. Well, now Jay makes that quick buck. Adams makes that quick buck. Everybody's happy. So I don't know. I've heard the rumors too, so I don't know. Smell test. I just smelled it, Link. It smells just like grapes because it's purple. I know you guys can really hardly see it. It is purple in color. It smells just like grapes. And I got it on my nose. Great. It's pretty crazy. Hey, Cord, have you seen Armor All? Put it down in the box. Have you seen the all-in-one Armor All car wash bucket at Walmart? Seemed pretty good deal. Armor All. To tell you the truth, I guess they make okay products, like maybe like C+, B- products, but they're definitely not for what you can get over the counter. I would say your Mother's and McGuire's is going to be a lot better, and it's worth the extra $1 or $2 all day long. Why don't people just wash their floor mats with a hose? It would be nasty. I'm sure it would be soaked. I don't think it, and you might actually begin to ruin them. You know, you get water. You know how you have water damage? Like if we had water leak here, you know, let's just say the bathroom flooded or something like that, we'd have to hurry up and try and get it up immediately, or you start causing damage to the rug. It starts stinking. It's nasty. I mean, you can literally ruin your stuff real quick, and then you have to rip them all up, and you're spending $1,000, $2,000 then. Don't mention Armor All here. You know, I'm not a basher on every single Armor All. The Armor All wipes were just god awful, and I'm so sad that people think they're great because they just don't understand that it's a flat. Think of it like a flat piece of paper that's just as coated. As soon as you go over like this, well, where's all the dirt that's on your car going? It has nowhere to get sucked up into. Like a microfiber towel will just eat it up in the fingers of the microfiber. No, it's not. So now it's pinned. You're pinning that dirt against your paint. You're doing this to it, dragging it across your paint, which is, of course, going to induce swirls. Now, the headlight restoration, as you guys have seen, has held up pretty good. It's been, what, almost 3 months? They're still good. That car's outside every day. And so it's not every single product from theirs that is terrible, but you can tell you're getting what you're paying for out of the products. You put them in the sun and the dry for an hour. If you have the sun, geez, today was the first time I've seen the sun in a while where it was like crazy. Did Greg invite you to the grand opening? Ranger, he didn't. I've talked to him, but I said I just don't think I could make it, man. I looked at plane flights. It was going to be $380 to fly out there. And then I had to have a hotel and stuff like that. And I was just like, dude, this will be like $500 to $700 trip. And then you got to have food and you have to have transportation. And I just said, you know what? At this point in time in my life, I just don't see it financially feasible right now. You know, you guys know what I'm saying? Like I just dropped $900 to open up the account with Pacific Coast Auto to import a car. So I had to put $900 down, which pays for all their fees at the auction, all their crap they have to deal with, and all the translation because I pay translators to translate those on inspection sheets. So, you know, at this point in time, I didn't feel like it was financially worth it. If it would have been like $150 for the plane flight, I would have said sure. But when I saw $380, I was like, ooh, you know, I had to step back a little bit. But I wish I could have gone. Because I definitely, if you guys don't know, Greg Masterson He's having a grand opening, his very first Masterson's store in Anaheim, California, where he's based. And it opens up this coming weekend. And I really wish I could have gone, but the finances weren't there. I just didn't want to start cha-ching with the credit card. You know, to me, I just paid off the credit card. I just put a cruise on the credit card. We're going to pay off right away. Then I just didn't want to run it up. You know what I mean? And then out of nowhere, let's say next week, a very high-end grade 4, 4.5 Toyota Aristo with very low mileage comes up, and it sells for like $3,000, let's say, for a mint condition one with very low miles. We're talking like 40,000 original miles. And that happens all the time in there, but you just have to wait for one to come up for sale at auction over there in Japan. And now then I'm going to have to drop another, let's say, potentially $4,000 because you got to pay the $3,000 for the car. Then you have to pay, it's right at $1,000 for shipping from Japan to ship the car over here. Well, then you got to go to the DMV and pay all the taxes and get a new license plate for it. So you're dropping another $4,000 like that. And you have to do it as soon as it comes up. If you want it, okay, let's go to get the inspection sheet translated. And then if I want it, then I have to email them back saying, okay, I'm willing to bid up to this much. So bid up to this much for me and don't go any higher than that. And that's what they'll do. So even if you say I'll bid $3,000 and you win it for $2,000, all they do is charge the $2,000. It's all you owe. But then you have to just pay the shipping on top. So now you're out $3,000 more. So just so you guys understand, right now wasn't the best time for me right now, and I'm not looking to get into debt again. It's just not worth it. Yeah, no, I don't. Me and Greg are kind of like, how do you want to say it with each other? We're friends, but we're not that kind of friend where we know each other. We're not like down with the homies, that kind of stuff. You know, it's like I know him from YouTube, and I know him from, you know, obviously the business dealings and him sending me products, and he's given me products to give away to you guys and send subscriber giveaways, but that's all how we know each other, more of a business friendship, you know, that kind of thing. His fiance is subscribed, and she'll actually get on here once in a while. So that's pretty cool. Will it be the question? What? Thank you for applying a cord. I recently started enjoying washing my car. Yeah, because of your videos, I have to spend money. Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. Just get yourself a good quality over-the-counter products and then go from there, you know, unless you really absolutely need that extra little bit. McGuire's compared to, let's say, Adams, there's very little difference. And I want you guys to understand that. It might be just a hair, a step above. And that's about it. Sometimes they're about equal. So please, guys, understand that. Some of these big name ones in McGuire's, Mother's, hell, even Turtle Wax is really getting good quick. I don't think Turtle Wax is on Mother's and McGuire's level yet now, but they're only like a step or two underneath them. They're really catching up fast. So, you know, at that price point, they have to stay in a certain price point. So that, again, let's say Adams is $12.99 for a product and McGuire's is $8.99 or $9.99. Well, from that thing, it's like there's so little of wiggle room there that they can really make their product that much better. That's why it's just they're so close at that point. How'd you like to get the grills grud? How'd you like the? It's pretty good, Anthony. I'd say it's a solid A product. Not the best car soap I've ever tried, but a solid A product. And as you guys got to see in the foam can video, it foams up very good. No complaints at all. Will it be right-hand drive? Yes, D-Tasca. The Toyota Aristo was only ever sold in Japan, and so hence it will be right-hand drive. Just like you said, it'll be right-hand drive. Now, Japan, you can win cars at the auction and import cars that were left-hand drive like America, but Japan drives on the right-hand side of the road or that kind of thing. So, or left-hand side of the road. Sorry. So they're obviously steering wheels are all going to be on the right-hand drive. So you can bring a 300 ZX over, you can bring a Super over, Mazda FD7. You can bring all the cars that we have over here, but now you're going to be driving on the right-hand side, where the Toyota Aristo is on the right-hand side. Because we didn't have it in America. It was sold as a Lexus GS 300 here. So, nah, we want the twin turbo engine. And again, if it doesn't work out where months and months and months go by where I don't find a complete mint condition one that comes up for a sale at auction, then I'll just hold out and buy a Civic Type R. That's my game plan anyways, because the Civic would be like a $400 or $500 payment. The GTR is $736 a month. So you see the difference. I'm not looking to get that kind because $700 something, out in the BFE country, that's a house payment. You know what I mean? Like that's a $100,000 house payment, essentially, kind of close to it at $700 something a month. So it's like, I'd rather have the second house than I'd rather have another big car payment. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys understand that, because so for me, A $34,000 Civic Type R brand new is more than I'd ever need. It's got plenty of room. I've sat in them. Plenty of room for my son and my wife. And it has enough power at 310 horsepower. I think the 2019 is actually going to have 320 horsepower. That's more than I'll ever need. For a little family sedan, that's perfect. You should have been a salesperson because sales is dirt cheap. Oh, no, God, I hate selling. You have no idea. Like, when I was a kid, you know, when you're all kids, and they always wanted you to make you do candy sales and stuff. I hated it. Literally, they would shove that one box on you and said, you need to sell this. Literally, my parents and my extended family would buy almost the entire box. I'd only have to sell a few things. I was shy. I didn't want to go up to people. I don't want to talk to people. I like my job where I am at now because I'm in a warehouse where I only have to deal with other workers at my warehouse. When I did deliver, it's a different world because you're not selling them anything. You're like, here's the way it goes. Here's the way it goes. You walk in. Here you go. What do you want? Okay, bye. All right, click, beep, done. And you walk out. That's all you did. Or if you needed a signature, you'd be like, okay, here, sign for this. All right, what was your name? All right, have a good day. And that's it. I didn't have to do anything more talking with that, and it worked out really good. That was the life, and that's what I really enjoyed. And I hated selling. That was never me. I like cars, and I can understand why people get into the car salesman game because they enjoy the cars. But obviously, car salesmen are known as really dirty scumbags. There's a lot of scumbags out there. There's a lot of very good ones out there, but there's a lot of trash scumbags out there that's ruined it for the good ones. And I can't. You know what I mean? I've never been into that. I don't want to. No, it's terrible. I can't do it. Nope. Have you heard about the Honda Accord R? Yeah, I definitely have, Ricky. And that's where I'm hoping. I've wrote Honda of America. I've contacted them. I've wrote on their Twitter. I've wrote on their Facebook. You guys know Honda Pro Jason. I met him in real life, and I've said, look, Americans would love to have a current Honda Accord with the Type R. A difference. Put the V6 back in the Accord. People are dogging it because it doesn't have a V6. Turbocharge that V6, 360, 370 horsepower. You know, there's a lot of guys that were teenagers in the 90s who now are adults, have kids, but who still want to have a fun sports car kind of thing. And okay, but we need the 4 doors. The Civic is nice, but maybe a lot of people think it's a little bit small, or it's a Civic and it's ricey, where Accord, just put a clean little wing spoiler on it, maybe a little bit of a body kit on it, and be done with it. None of those crazy stuff like a Civic has, but now you change the suspension in it, you put a bigger engine in it with a turbocharge. I think it would really sell for, again, you don't make many of them, maybe 1,500 a year. So that way only the true enthusiasts will buy them. Everybody else will still buy just the standard Honda Accords or SUVs. And I've been asking them. So again, who knows what another year or two will hold. There's been rumors the Honda Accord and the Honda Fit were going to be in a Type R coming up around like 2020. We'll see. Maybe then if it comes out there and you guys know right away, I'll be going to the Honda dealership throwing down some money. And I don't care if it's $42,000. I will buy that sucker because, of course, it'll go with a cool Accord name. So it'll work out. That'll be my 3rd Accord I've owned, actually, if I were to buy one. What are you going to purchase a Type when? It would be great. What my plan is right now is I'm going through using Pacific Coast Auction to find and import a Toyota Aristo for me. Because the thing is, you can get a mint condition Toyota Aristo with like 50,000 original miles for like $2,000 and $3,000. They're dirt cheap. So that would be something that would not cost me a lot of money. It's a Toyota, so we know it's going to last. And it'll have a pretty powerful engine because the stock 2JZ engine has 280 horsepower. And so it's more than enough power, more than enough room. And it would be really unique having a right-hand drive car. I'm going to be making a vlog about this in the next week or so. You're going to see a vlog where I talk about it, and I'm like doing a series of it because, again, I don't know when one's going to come up. If one doesn't come up for auction, well, you just kind of wait till the next auction. Because remember, the car has to be 25 years old or older to import it if it was never sold in the United States. Unless it was one of those very, very rare models where maybe only 100, 150 were made, and then you have to go through the red tape of the government in order to bring it over to the United States. Like some of the R34 GTRs, your Midnight Purple one, or some of the NUR spec and all that stuff. You can bring it over, but you have to fill all this extra paperwork. But once it's 25 years old, who cares? You can bring in whatever the heck you want to bring in. So that's basically what it is. And because it's 25 years old, well, how many 25-year-old Toyota Aristos are going to auction? I keep looking every single day to see if new ones are popping up for this weekend's auction kind of thing. They usually have an auction every Thursday or Friday throughout Tokyo, or throughout to like Tokyo and all through Japan. So you just got to kind of wait. And once one pops up, then I'm like, is it good condition? Do I want it? Is it low mileage? Does it have any wreck history? If it's clean and mint, then I might bid on it. So okay, now when's the next one of those even going to come up for auction? You might have one that's been wrecked come up for auction. And you're like, I don't want a wrecked one. And that's what it is. How many people are selling 25-year-old cars? If it's a newer Aristo like like a 2003, they're dime a dozen. You can easily get them. But a 25-year-old Aristo or older, it's a lot harder, a lot rarer on the auction. So you just gotta wait and you wait and you wait. That's the way it goes, guys. Same with like if you want a turbo Supra or anything, it's just a waiting game. Or if you lose the auction, well, now you gotta wait for the next auction. Hopefully you'll win that one. It's just like eBay. What would you recommend for plastic trim? The sun has faded it badly on the 03 4Runner. Nothing seems to last more than a few weeks. So you guys know I've tried the Meguiar's Ultimate trim. I've tried Mother's trim. They both held up for me about 2 to 3 months. The Turtle Wax trim in the store, it's very oily, but for some reason that lasted me for months on end. It's not a cream like the other two were. It's more of like an oil-based stuff, but damn, that stuff held up a lot longer. You would be surprised. You're thinking Turtle Wax cheap crap, right? Wrong. Because I think it's oil-based, it soaks into the black plastics and stuff a lot more, and damn, did it last a lot longer. Try the Turtle Wax one. They're usually only like $3 or $4 for the stuff. Turtle Wax trim in the store. It's in a green bottle. Try that. It can't hurt. It's $3 or $4. Good night. Good night, Esteban. Thanks so much for stopping by, man. Gave me a Mexican mom scream. Did she come out with her like sandal and go, ah, like I don't know what it is about Spanish people. Like Spanish people, like, I pull off my sandal and I hit you with it. White parents don't do that. They just pull out a belt and you beat you down. It's the difference between like the Spanish people and the white people. Hey man, I have a question. I'm looking around for a turbo sedan hatchback coupe. Geez Louise. I'm not going to get a sports car insurance. Honestly, have you ever thought about used luxury cars? Riley, you'd be very surprised. Luxury cars do not hold their value. They crash in value. So you can get like a used Acura, a used Lexus for, way less of a sports car. But the funny thing is, it'll have more power than the sports car. You'd be really surprised. Like Toyota Aristo in Japan is considered, obviously it was a Lexus GS 300 here. Well, how much do a brand new Lexus GS go for? $60,000, $70,000? Think about it. And, but that Lexus GS will be, in America, will be $10,000, $15,000 after a couple of years. Where let's say that Civic Type R, that Subaru WRX STI is still going to be in the 30 after 4 or 5 years. And you're like, but a brand new was only 30-something thousand. They just don't lose their value. So, and that Lexus or Acura or whatever is going to, or Infiniti is going to last a long time because obviously that Japanese brand, but they're going to be cheaper than a sports car, a lot cheaper to insure too. Is it difficult? How difficult is it to park? Not very difficult at all, Leonardo, as long as the car is 25 years or older. Now, California has emission standards you have to pass. So you have to have it, you have to have some kind of emission changes on it, which costs a butt ton of money. And Hawaii is basically impossible. But any other state in the United States, it's just like buying a car from you or me. And we go down to the corner lot and you buy it. They're no big deal. You come in with the Japanese title in hand. It's translated, by the way. Again, part of that $900 I had to give them translates the Japanese title into English. They pay these people to translate it for them. And they give you all the paperwork for the auction. So basically you walk in and you say, here's all my paperwork. It's done. Here's my legal import papers. And you just walk into the DMV with all that paperwork that they send you. And done. They just register it and they give you a new, like for me, it will be a Florida state title. That's it. Done. And it'll have my name just like I bought a used car down the street. That's all there is to it, man. It's really easy. Again, if you're bringing it less than 25 years old, you're one of very few cars can come over that are less than 25 years old. It'll have to be like show and display, and damn, they have to be like a pre-selected type of cars. it's a real pain in the ass. So then you have to prove that it's one of these very, very rare cars, and that's the only way you can get it in. Otherwise, like, you can't get it in. They just won't. Well, they're not legal. Would you use tire dressing on big tires? Yeah, but I would probably, on a bigger tires like a redneck tire, I would probably use more of a low shine, just because to me, I don't personally look at like big jacked up trucks as like need to be all shinied up. You know what I mean? I see them as more like the hunting type truck or manly man truck, and I don't want to see, like, I wouldn't personally see like a bright shine on a thing. A nice clean shine, but not like a really wet shine. Not for me. Man, Gage, you change your name so much, man. I swear. You change your name all the time. That's NIST, by the way, for you guys who don't know. He changed his name again. Aside from the Pinnacle wax, what other expensive wax products was price? Honestly, I haven't tried a lot of them, and so I don't want to speculate, Blue Panda. I just don't want to speculate. You could definitely tell the difference with the Pinnacle Sovereign, though. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, buddy? Video for tomorrow is West Coast Customs Tire Shine. It's new for 2018. It's in a spray bottle. Gives a decent tire shine. I'd say a B+ tire shine. Not the wettest, but it's a solid tire shine. It rained later on that day, and it all washed off. I couldn't believe it. The car was washed, and not 4 hours later, and I did the video for you guys. I pulled it out of the garage, and I drove it to work that evening, and it was pouring rain. By the time I got home, there was no tire shine left. It all washed off. I was like, whatever. Cheap tire shine that works pretty well. Use cooking oil and rub it on the rag. Ew, I don't want to put cooking oil on my car. Can't make up my mind for sure, man. Just got back from San Diego. Okay, we going out there to hang out with the Navy boys out there in San Diego. All that big, because I know there's a giant Navy base out there. What are you trying to film Friday? It's probably going to be the McGuire's car wash that I tried a couple weeks ago. You'll probably see that on there. That's what you'll probably see. Chevy, what's up, Chad? How you doing, Chevy? What are you doing, man? We're just hanging out here, enjoying the fine Sunday evening here, just relaxing, chilling out here. Maybe we'll eat some Cooler Ranch. Dude, I love Cooler Ranch. It is my favorite chip. If you guys want to send me stuff to my P.O. box, Doritos, Cooler Ranch chips, we're done. I'll eat them on the live stream for you. This is my favorite chip, bar none. Ever since I was a kid in the 80s, a little kid in the 80s, when these first came out, good. So good. I'm not really that much into hot chips there, Chevy. I like either, like, I don't know, like, I like the flavor of ranch. I'm a typical white boy, but I like the flavor of ranch a lot. And on chips, oh, yeah, I like my Doritos a lot. I like corn chips more than I like actually potato chips. That's just me. It's just a personal thing. You know what I mean? It's that's the way it goes. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked, man. You should see, man. I've been, like, lurking on the Civic Type R forums, not really saying much in there, nothing like that. But I'm really hoping the Arista works out. That way I can have a 4-door car, because the 2-door car is starting to be a pain in the ass. And the white car it's just being a bitch. The white car is just a bitch anymore. And that's why I'm just like, get the damn thing fixed and sell it in a couple months later, that kind of thing, before it breaks down again. That's the kind of mood I'm in right now. I'm just like, I'm over it anymore. But I still have to have it. Nobody's going to want a car that doesn't run. You know what I mean? They're only going to give you a couple $100 for a car that doesn't run. So I need to get it running and then sell it for what I can get for it. Because when I took it over there, they were going to have a barbecue. The funny thing is, he was having a big group of Preludes over there that day. He had like 6 or 7 Preludes over there when I showed up. And I had 2 of them right there saying they would buy it for me right now. And I'm like, no. I'm just trying to get this thing fixed right now, and then maybe I'll sell it to you. And so it's pretty funny. They're like, well, how much you want to sell it for right now? And I'm like, I'm not going to sell it right now. I got to get it fixed first. So it is pretty interesting. Do you like chips and queso? Yeah, they're pretty good. I like chips and salsa. I'm a big chips and salsa fan. But this queso, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Chemical guys worth the money. Some products are worth the money. Some products are not. Some are watered down. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is the truth about the BMW product thing. What's your favorite wheel cleaner? Either Eagle One A to Z wheel cleaner, or I like the new McGuire's Ultimate Wheel Cleaner a lot. But A to Z seems a little bit more powerful. Just letting you guys know. I watch all your videos, but not live streams because I don't know what to expect. But my mistake This is great. You can come hang out with me any day. The thing that I want anybody to ever understand is I do this as a hobby. I do it as just a side gig for some fun on the side. I still work a regular job. I'm not a professional detailer. I'm not claiming to be one. I've just tried enough crap. I can give you a general idea of what it is. And if you ever saw me in public, you are more than welcome to come say hi to me. I've had a couple subscribers run into me. You're always more than welcome to come out there and say hi. Are you a Chad? You know, what up? I see your channel. I've had it happen a couple times. You know, don't be scared to run into me. I'm just your average dude. I just have a little small YouTube channel, 20,000 subscribers. Whoop-de-doo. There's guys out there with millions of YouTube subscribers. That's the way it goes. Leather cleaner that should do you fine will probably be either McGuire's or Mother's VLR. Over the counter, those will be fine for you. APC cleaner on wheel. Dalton, the funny thing you say that because Limitless Car Care sent me their basically it's like an all-purpose degreaser, and it's recommended for on tires and wheels as well. So eventually I will get around to trying his stuff. Limitless Car Care, every one of his products I've tried have just been A+ products. He literally, I guess the lab he uses to design his products are just top notch. He does not settle for anything. Every one of his products I've tried are like A+ products. Every single one of them. I'm blown away. I cannot recommend them anymore. Limitless Car Care. They're just that stinking good. There's nothing that I've tried that's better than them. There's probably products out there, but I haven't tried it. You know, there could be a lot of smaller companies, just like Limitless Car Care is not the biggest company. And you could be like, check these. And I'll be like, oh, these are amazing too. But I just never tried it yet. Let's put it that way. If you guys are if you're willing to get out of your comfort zone and willing to buy something online, give Limitless Car Care a shot. You will not be disappointed. I've had a couple people now buy from him, wrote me privately and said you were 100% right about these products. How many foam cannons do you have? I own 4. I bought it's a Dushin. It's basically the most popular Amazon foam cannon right now for sale. It's Dushin, D-U-C-H-I-N. Is that right? Anyways, you guys would know what it is. Just go to Amazon.com and search it. I bought it, but I haven't tried it out yet. It came in the mail last week. I'm going to try it because I was like, damn, it has like 3,000 reviews on it. I'm like, oh my God, you know, it has such a high review rate. And I was like, I've got to buy it because obviously it's that popular. I need to at least give it a shot and go from there. So that's my plan, is to just buy that and try it. The Matt TC, I had a lot of you guys tried it out. A lot of you guys told me to use that brand. That's why I bought that and tried it out. I know you have a job, and between everything, you don't have time on YouTube, but I've heard of Zipsess Garage. He has a dream car wash bay. Again, I don't know. I watched the new foam cannon. There's yeah, I cleaned it out right away. It's I think it was a foreign troll or different million foreign accounts, dude. I banned every one of them. I literally went and blocked every one of those channels, and I deleted all the comments. They were taken care of within an hour. I got rid of every one of them. I must have banned like 30 or 40 people from my channel. I guarantee you'll have trolls that'll come by once in a while and just say stuff, and that's easy to block. But this person is clearly because every time you go into each individual channels thing to block them, I'd say half of them were gaming channels and the other half were just empty channels. There was nothing on it. So you knew that it was just trolls. Just coming to troll in a foreign language. I just blocked every one of them. I didn't even know what they said, but I kind of had a feeling when you had that many of the exact same type of writing coming in there. It was just some foreign. I think it was like Turkey or something like that. I just banned every one of them from the channel because that never happens. I mean, if you get 1 or 2 comments, that's one thing. But it was like 50 different comments from 50 different accounts. And you're like, yeah, this is a troll. I was thinking about sending the Power Fit foam cannon in Walmart. You can send it. Yeah, send it to my P.O. box. Just let me know if you're going to send it, Dalton. I have not seen it here. I've checked 3 or 4 different Walmarts. I have not seen it at all, man. What's good, Real? How you doing, buddy? We're just chilling out here on this fine evening. I was going to check something really quick. Bear with me, guys, as I window out real quick. I need to see something. Oh, yeah, there's Masterson's whatchamacallit about his grand opening. I'm waiting because that company that I buy from, or I'm in a contract with, essentially, to buy a Japanese car with. It's called Pacific Coast Auto. They have a YouTube channel. It's like 47,000 subscribers on it. And he usually does a live stream around midnight. So I'm just kind of looking to see if he's going to have one tonight. He'll usually have a countdown on the thing, you know, but we'll see what happens. It's actually pretty interesting to watch because he'll actually talk to you and you'll see some of his salesmen. It's a smaller company, but, you know, he said most of his sales come through dealers. So dealers in the U.S., you know, like they import all kinds of cars. Let's say it's like Japanese classics up there in Virginia. They'll contact him and say, look, I want this exact car. Buy it for me, and they immediately send them the money. Any of those cars, that's where he said he makes all the money on, because they're buying multiple cars from them. So of course they get more commission. But for any cars that, like I say, you and I buy just for our own personal use, he puts all those videos, video review, walk around, describing the auction sheet and translating and showing the whole car engine and everything running in the interior. He puts those up on YouTube. So that's why he kind of gets a little bit of publicity out of it. So he's been doing this for years. These guys only like 34, 35 years old, and he's a Canadian kid, went over there in his 20s and started this company, and he just imports nonstop. And he has this really cool YouTube channel where they walk around cars, and they'll upload like 3 or 4 of these cars a week, where they get them in, they come into his lot before he sends them to the ship to get sent over. He does a full walk around inspection, shows everybody, and puts it up on YouTube so that everybody can see all these cool, unique Japanese cars and cars that me and you've never seen before. He's like, I just want to, he's like, here it is. There's a review. Unless you or I were to tell him I don't want my car on YouTube, then he won't put it on YouTube. You know, he'll send you the video review. They take video pictures and everything. They send it to you. But if you don't want that video going up on YouTube, then you just say no. But of course, me, I'm like, put that thing on YouTube. Let him know it's mine, that kind of thing, for fun. So I enjoy that channel. It's a lot of fun. Shipping, I was quoted $960 from Japan to Jacksonville, Florida. Was $960. That's what they quoted me as a car shipping price. And I'm like, $960 from Japan for a car? Done. You get nothing but, for $2,000 or $3,000 in America, you get nothing but more than a beater car, absolute beater car, 200,000 miles. But in Japan, no, 40, 50, 60,000 original miles, almost mint condition, being 25 years old, $2,000. You'll be like, what? So it's worth every penny to spend, let's say, $3 to $4 grand combined for this absolute mint condition car. Go ahead, find a Honda Accord with 40,000, 50,000 original miles and see how much they're asking for it. I don't care if it's an early 90s Honda model, they're going to still ask like 6,000 or 7,000. It's insane how much cars are here in comparison to Japan for older used cars. Cleaner wax. I've actually tried it on my hood as a test. I made a video for them when I was trying it out because they had asked me what I thought about it. So I just made a short private video for them when I got it in. It's a decent cleaning car wax. No complaints with it whatsoever, Aaron. And you try Harbor Freight's power washers. Looking to purchase one in the future. Don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've only been to Harbor Freight one time in my entire life. What's the one soap tire cleaner smell that you can't handle? Soap or soap? I don't remember any bad smelling soaps. Some of the tire cleaner, wheel cleaners that I remember are pretty stinking bad are going to be like Sonax. The Sonax wheel cleaner was awful. It ran you off. So a lot of people didn't like the Dub wheel cleaner. It ran them off. They said it was really bad. But man, any one of the stuff like the wheel cleaners that change colors, they usually are very strong, and it really will almost burn the nose. And it's like, oh, you spray it and just run away. That's what it's kind of like. It's really powerful. Hey Chad, nacho cheese is my favorite one. I need a grape soap for the foam can besides Barrett Jackson Wash and Wax. McGuire's Gold Class worked great in it. Eagle One Nano Wash worked great in it. You guys got to see the Grillo's Garage worked great in it. These are over the counter ones. You could always get like, spend the money, give Limitless Car Care a shot. His suds are so good in the 2-bucket method, but when I tried it in the foam cannon, I was absolutely floored how good it was in the foam cannon as well. Not only did he make it an outstanding one that's for the bucket, but that same exact car soap is made for the foam cannon as well. And it's mind-blowing how good it is. It's mind-blowing. What was the other foam cannon? I bought a Dushin, D-U-C-H-I-N, Dushin. I don't know. It's another. I'm telling you guys, they're all the same. They're all Chinese knockoff. They're whatever. They're like $17, $20, whatever. But when I saw there was 3,000 reviews on it on YouTube, on Amazon, it was the highest reviewed foam cannon. I was like, oh my God, I got to get this. That means it's going to be hot. You know, a lot of people want to question about it. A lot of people want to see a review on it. So why not? Last time I was just yeah, dude, I wasn't feeling so good earlier, man. A lot of the yard work for 4 hours out in the sun, I was pretty burnt out, man. So I popped some pills, and I feel better right now, but I'm like at a B level, you know, like an 8 out of 10 right now, an 8 out of 10. But yeah, I was tired. I was exhausted. I'm just waiting on them to get home, and I'll probably go pass out and collapse there. But damn thing is, my son will be asleep the entire way home from Jacksonville, Florida, 2.5 hours away, and then he'll want to play till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be like, no, I'm so tired. So then I got to find a random YouTube or go on Amazon or Hulu or something and watch videos at night in order to kill some time. OxyClean does work good in the foam can. You are right about that one, Dalton. What's the most expensive car care product you ever bought? Probably the Pinnacle Sovereign Wax. Just a little tiny 3-ounce container is $59. It's very expensive, but damn, it's pure white carnauba. Pure. There's no fillers, nothing. It is pure carnauba, and it's white carnauba. It's not like the yellow. Yellow, I guess, is a lower level of carnauba wax. The white one is it's an ivory carnauba. It's a more pure version of carnauba, and it's very expensive. There's no fillers in it, and that's why you only need a little bit. And damn, it's expensive. But oh my god, the results! It's amazing. I mean, when they use those on those concourse tours and all these really high-end exotics, you know it's a pretty good wax. Oh, where did that fan come from? Oh, it's usually sitting in the room. It's just sitting in the room right now. But I came in and I was a little bit warm, and I was like, I'll just turn the fan on. That's what I did. The air conditioning's on now, but it was set pretty high when I came in, and I was like, it's hot in here. And plus, I have all the lights on, so that way there's plenty of light up here, and you can see my son is like destroyed up here. Now he wants to always be with me and hang out with me up here, so he just brings all the junk up here, and I have to take it right back downstairs, and just trashes the whole upstairs. OxyClean works great for smell test. Yes, it does. I have not tried the Colonite 845. I have it, but I haven't tried it out yet. That's what's actually in the box. Just to let you know, this box right here, Regal Baton that just came in. That's here. That's in this. So I just haven't opened it up yet. Damn it! See, my son brings all these toy cars up here and stuff.
I'm a cool convertible.
It's a cool convertible, guys. He'll keep hitting this thing over and over, and I'm like, shut it off. And I'll turn it off in the back. He goes and turns it back on and starts pushing it. I'm like, oh my god. So it's nuts. First day of sun in Florida. It's because what'll happen is you'll get sun in the morning, and then by the afternoon it gets like cloudy, and then it gets really dark and black, and then you hear the thunder in the distance, and then you start to see lightning, and then boom, for the next couple hours it's just pouring rain here, and you're just like, I'm done. And because I work evenings, as you guys know, I like to sleep in. I don't get up until like 10, 11, 12 o'clock. So because of that, I do my videos in the afternoon. And lately, it's been a lot harder in the afternoon for me to make videos because of all the rain every single afternoon. This is the typical summer Florida weather. If you guys have never been to Florida, every summer is when we get all our rain. After the summer and the winter and fall, it'll be sunny every single day. You'll never see rain for like a weeks at a time. Why are they in Jacksonville? Her parents live in Jacksonville, and there was a cookout at one of their family friends' house. They invited me, and I was like, I'd rather be home. I like being home alone. Maybe you could say I'm a loner if you want to say it like that, but I could get a lot of stuff done, and like I did a lot of work around the house. I did obviously a lot of yard work today. I can get a lot of things done where with them around, it's a lot harder. You know what I mean? Like if I really want to work on my car, I don't have to worry about my son. I can just get to it. It's like when you're single again, you can just knock all that work out and get everything done. That's what I did. I've got bags of like leaves out there, palm fronds, everything stacked up out there by the yard today. It's pretty crazy. Do rock chips lead to rust? Yeah, a little bit of surface rust. Yes, they will. If it comes down to the metal. I see they're testing limitless polishing wax on 370Z. Limitless. No, I used Wax Gods. I use Wax Gods final polish and wax. So it's like an all-in-one. So it's a polish plus a wax at the same time. You know, a lot of the big companies now are starting to come out with these all-in-ones, like Grillo's Garage has it and stuff like that. They'll have it all-in-one. And that's basically what Wax Gods has, and that's what I use. I only did his hood. I was actually showing it to him. So I clay barred his car. I used the McGuire's Ultimate Wash on it to clean the hood because it was pouring. It was absolutely pouring, and it was in the garage. So I used McGuire's Ultimate Wash on his hood. Then I clay barred it with the Mother's 2.0 clay, and then I came back with that polish and wax to show him how good it can be because he doesn't really take care of his car as much. He wants to, but he just doesn't. So he was he's like, nah, you can use my car anytime you want. So it works out. Unlike the neighbors that are too scared to let me use their basic car, you know, he's like, oh, I'll take the 370Z and use it. I don't care. So it worked out great. I I've heard a lot of the Colonite one does work pretty good. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I've heard that people use it even in spray bottles. So, you know, it's whatever. Oh, God, dude, the AC unit, that side of the house. So we have 2 AC units right here, okay? So we have one small one that only runs the master bedroom and the first room down there and the bathrooms, and that's all it does. So the living rooms and all that stuff, and all upstairs ran by a really big unit there. Well, that blew out, and the compressor finally went bad in January, so we had to replace that. We got the friend hookup. It cost us $4,000. We were quoted at $9,000, but then he's like, "How about I do it for you guys, and it'll be a Carrier's parent brand or whatever. It's made by Carrier, but it doesn't have the Carrier name on it, but it's the same company." He's like, $4,000. How about that, guys? And I'm like, we're like, done. So they came up, they crawled up in the attic, took the air handler out, took the thing outside. They did it one day. But this one is a lot bigger. So they said when this one goes, it'll probably be like $7,000 to $8,000. And we're like, ooh, it's gonna be expensive. What's in the box? 3D car wash is in the box. The 3D company's car wash. Is it HD Speed is in there? You guys know HD Speed for you guys know a little bit of the higher end products. Colonite's in there, 845, and 1 or 2 other products are in there. I can't remember. I just haven't had a chance to get to them, so that's why I haven't used them, and I just haven't opened the box yet. I tried the cheapest car wash soap in Walmart, and the foam can works good for the auto dry car wash soap, $275. What's the process with paint correction like using a paint pen? I haven't used it. I would assume you got to level out the paint first, the paint pen paint first, and then you can start paint correcting from there, because you have to. I've seen how they do them before, like in paint chips. You know, they'll kind of like mark off one area, and then you have to kind of eat away at the little paint around it, because you want to make sure it's all clean. You want to make sure the base is clear before you use touch-up paint. It's a very intensive process to make sure it's done right, so it looks like it was never there. Then they come back with a compound and polish and level it all out. Yes, it will take rock chips out if you actually have them. If you pay for that, you can get the rock chips and stuff covered up for sure. Hold on, I'm gonna take my heavy, huge wallet out of my pocket, man. You all know, like when your wallet's like dig into your back pocket, especially on like a car ride. Oh my God, like make your leg go numb. Yeah, my wife bought me a brand new Coach wallet for Father's Day, so that was really cool. My wallet I had before was literally falling apart, so I bought her like 6 or 7 Coach purses over the years, because she's a big Coach fanatic. So she knew I needed a new wallet. So on Father's Day, she got me a brand new Coach men's wallet. So it's pretty crazy. These are like $200 something for a wallet. It's nuts. What's up, Brian? How you doing, buddy? I'll spare a few minutes. Sundays are drained for me, especially after church. No problem at all, Brian. I totally understand, buddy. Take off your shirt, Brandon. I want to see donations before we take shirts off. You know what I mean? I want to see like $10 or $15 donations, and then the shirt comes off, and you can see my manly fatness, my man boobs. Can you open the box and do a smell test? I'm not going to worry about that right now, Dalton. Maybe next week. I really want to knock out some of these other products I have first. I'm trying to keep everything essentially clean. I tried to straighten up the garage a little bit more, so I'm trying to just stay in the box. That's the way I figure I'd do it. Have you heard about towels from the Rag Company? I have not. I bought a bunch of Chemical Guys ones from Amazon in the last couple of months, and they work really good. I used them actually yesterday when I was doing that guy's car. His hood, I cleaned his headlights for him because they were really starting to yellow over. Hookups to the discounts, some products here soon. I always, every one of the companies that send me stuff, they always give you a 15 or 20% discount on everything as long as you use the code ACCORD79. It'll actually, and I'll tell you that in the videos. If a company sends me a product, I'll let you know the company sent me the product. Plus, I'll give you the discount code for below to save you guys some money if you ever want. Like Limitless Car Care, he gives you a discount. Masterson's does. Wax Gods does. 303 does. Stoner Car Care does. Rev Automotive does. Most of those companies will. No, not Fat Stacks. Just, in this world today, Cody, we always use debit or credit cards. We don't use anything else. Like anything we buy online, we just buy with a credit card, and then I just transfer the money from my checking account over, and I pay it off that way every month. What's up, Races Ed? It's been a little wet bit, man. No, I was going to do that this weekend, and it turned into like a rain fest. And I was like, you know what? I haven't driven the GTR in a couple weeks. Literally hadn't driven the GTR in about 3.5 weeks, and I just went for a drive. So it's really dirty now from all the dirt that's been slung up on the side of it. Remember the episode of Seinfeld? No, I never watched Seinfeld. Sorry. Can't help you on that one. I only use cash. No, it's not bad at all. I mean, essentially, we only use the debit cards, our Visa debit card, and anything we buy online, we use our regular credit card for, and that's how we pay for everything. And then, like, I bought obviously yesterday, or was it yesterday, the day before? I bought our next cruise. We're going on a Disney cruise here in a couple months. And so now over the next 2 pay periods, I'm going to go ahead and pay off the entire credit card again because we had zero balance. And then suddenly here I charged $3,400 on the credit card for the cruise, for a Disney cruise. And now I'm going to pay that damn thing off. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. So, I don't build up a big balance like I did when I was a young man. I got myself into some very heavy credit card debt, and I'll never let that happen again. So now my credit is stellar, really high end, but I'm too scared to use my credit card for more than only a little bit here and there. You know what I mean? Which brand of applicator pad do you applying waxes, sealants? I just get the generic. You can get the generic ones. You can get them on Amazon. You can buy them from like Chemical Guys. I bought a bunch of them from Chemical Guys before, the UFO pads. Just look on Amazon. There's no reason for you to spend a lot of money for just applicator pads. Can you please try the Walmart buffer polisher? It'd be a little bit expensive for just something I'd only use once, man. Yeah, what we do, Cody, we don't have the rewards card because the rewards card we found out charges a higher interest rate, and I'd rather use the one that has a lower interest rate that doesn't give you any rewards. So that's what we do. We don't have any yearly fees or anything. That's what we do. Like we found out the rewards card and stuff, you have to pay yearly fees on it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I ain't doing that shit at all just to get some rewards. You know what I mean? Have you ever been to Wild Adventures? No, I've passed it many, many times. There in Valdosta, but I never, because my wife did her medical residency in Albany, Georgia, which is like 45 minutes or so from Valdosta. Valdosta, the cops are terrible, man. For you guys who don't know, Valdosta is like almost like a border town from Florida and Georgia. So you're on Interstate 75 and you're heading towards Atlanta. Once you leave Florida, you go like Tallahassee's here. You're on I-75 here. You got like 30 miles from Tallahassee. You're taking I-75 north. You go by Valdosta, Georgia. Well, as soon as you go across that line, the next like 10 or 15 miles, the Georgia state troopers are everywhere. They'll literally have 5 or 10 state troopers, and they like to camp out on the overpasses. So what they do is they'll have this dude sitting over here with his radar gun or laser gun, whatever they're using, at the top of the bridge, just shooting it. And he's calling down on radio being like, okay, there's a red car in the left lane going fast. And they leave all their cars on the downhill on this side, on the on-ramp, just parked on the side of the on-ramp. And as soon as you go underneath the bridge, and they come down and fly after you. They're so bad in Valdosta. They're terrible. Once you go past Valdosta, you can go fast again. But as soon as you cross that state line in Georgia, that first 15, 20 miles, you better be doing no more about 74, 75 miles an hour. Just cruise it all the way through there because they are terrible through Valdosta. Once you pass there, go as fast as you want. But Valdosta, it's one of those local towns where the cops are so bad and they stop you. They're everywhere stopping people. I bet right now we could look at Waze. We go up to Valdosta on Waze, like I could, scoot all the way up, and we'd probably see cops reported. That's just how bad they are there. It's nuts. South Florida guy. Okay, Lance, I would either say wash it early in the morning or wash it in the night. If you have to wash it in the day, like when I do mine. So let's say you're going to wash the hood, and now you're going to wash the sides of the car. So every time you do another panel or two, water down the entire areas of the car that you've already done. So re-water down the roof, the windows, and the hood again, and the side. Now go to your next section of the car, wash that, and now re-water down the entire car again. If you keep the car watered down and cooled off, it doesn't have time to create water spots, and it doesn't dry in your car because you're constantly wetting down the car. That's the only way, Lance, I have found to really work with it, unless you're going to do it like an undercover patio or a garage or something like that. But it works. It works every time. You just do one section of the car, spray it down with the hose, wash down the next section. Now spray down both sections of the car again. Go to the next section. Now spray down all 3 sections again with the hose. And you just keep the car wet until you're ready to dry it off, and you won't ever have a problem. What's your favorite glaze? I've only ever used Master's glaze, but honestly, Aaron, if you're really worried about the swirls and stuff, just do a proper paint correction. But Master's glaze worked fine. It didn't get rid of every swirl, but it knocked out a lot of the swirls. It covers them up. A glaze will cover them up and make your paint look like it's amazing, when in reality it's not. You're just kind of covering up the swirls and light scratches. But that's what it's meant for. It's not meant to fix it. It's just the way it goes. Have you ever thought about having a leaf blower? I've done it. I've tried it before, but damn, that thing was loud, man. It's so loud. You're like holding it up. It was hurting my ears, and I was like, it sucked. But I did make a video on it. It's just very, very loud. Do you consider yourself rich? Hell no, man. We're like middle class, maybe upper middle class because of my wife, but I consider myself nothing more than middle class. Oh, what's up, Mark? What are you, man? Chad, you're how work. I see when went to Wild Adventures a few times when I was stationed in Moody Air Force Base in Valdosta back in '99. Oh yeah, for sure, man. I've never been there. I still remember when they built it. I was in Jacksonville, Florida when they built it, but I've never actually been there. I've passed it many times, but I still remember every time you on I-75, as soon as you go across that Georgia line, you better be slowing down, man. They're so bad. Georgia State Patrol is always looking for speeders. So just like chill out when you're going through Valdosta. They are sneaky little bastards. And so you watch yourself every time. Always the overpass. For some reason, they love the overpass because you don't see the state trooper cars. They're not like in the median or anything like that. They're always on the on-ramp, so you can't see them. They're parked on the side of the on-ramp, and they only have their one dude up there leaning over the bridge. So you don't think a guy just walking across the bridge is doing anything, the overpass. And that's who it is. He's just shooting radar or shooting laser the entire time. And he's just rating going to go out to his buddies on the on-ramp saying, hey, it's this car is coming your way. And then they go and pull him over. Very, very dirty there. So that's all I remember from Valdosta. Do you ever think your channel will grow as fast? No, I just thought it was going to be just an average little channel, just put up some stuff once in a while. I'm not trying to be like some Logan Pauls or some of these idiots and stuff like that. I don't care about that stuff. They're doing it because they have to do it for a job now. If they don't pump out 6 videos a week or more, they can't make their pay. That's the thing. They have to pay bills with it. I already have a job. She has a job. So I'm doing this as a hobby. Thankfully, I don't have to do it. Try and pump out stuff. And, the thing is YouTube, you'll go up and you go down and you go up and you go down. Like this year's been very, very up compared to what it has been in past years. But you'll see in the summer it picks up, but by the winter it slows down as less people are detailing their cars. As a lot of you guys are up north in the winter, you don't do that. You don't have the luxury to do it like we do here in Florida. So you see all the numbers decline. Any bit of money they're sending me declines. That stuff happens. Then it cooks back up again as the spring kicks in, as everybody's more worried about cars and cleaning their cars and stuff. I see it every year. It's just like a graph chart. You go like this. So these guys are having to hustle and hustle and hustle, trying to make sure they make out a ton of videos so they can hopefully make enough money to pay their bills. I don't ever want to be like that. I enjoy it. If I get a paycheck, it helps buy these products. And then with donate live, I've had a lot of donations from you guys over the year or two. Last year or two, I've gotten a lot of donations. That helps me buy a lot of these products, guys. Like just buying the camera alone was $1,300. The boom microphone was like $100 and something, 150 more. I mean, the SD card was like $60-something for the high-end SD card that records in 4K. You see how quickly it can build up. So a lot of that money that you make from here goes back into the channel. Donations help buy a lot of the new products. It's generally the way how it goes. That's how I've always done it. Try running them into the GTR. Okay. How do I choose a paint correction to go with? There'll be different levels. If they're going to make sure it's done 100%, it's going to cost you a couple $100, if not a lot more. It depends on how big your vehicle is. Ceramic coating is going to cost you a lot more as well. So just be ready to dump that money, buddy. What's up, Jaden? How you doing? On my headlight swipes or McGuire's headlight? McGuire's is probably a little bit better, dude. I used it again on my buddy's 370Z yesterday. If you saw my Instagram, I put it up there. His headlights were really starting to yellow over, and he didn't know how to clean them, and he was going to pay somebody. I'm like, no, dude, not pay anybody. I said, bring it over to my house. So we brought it over to my house, and I used the product, and then I did it on the one side, and then I said, okay, you start using the grit on that side. I said, here, take the blue tape and tape around the headlights, obviously, and then we'll go from there. And so I taught him how to, of course, tape off the headlights. You don't want to scratch up your paint. And then I taught him how to use the grit. It comes on a little applicator pad, and the grit, start with 1,000 grit, and then you go up to like a 3,000 grit to make it finer, and to get all the oxidation off. And then you come back with like McGuire's Plastic X to really clean it up, and then you put some seal on it, and that's all I did. And I had to teach him that. But he was going to pay a couple $100 to have him clean. I'm like, oh hell no. He was actually going to buy brand new headlights, and he found out they were $700 a piece. I'm like, why would you buy them? I'm like, the headlight kit is $20. I'm like, just clean them yourself and put sealant on it every couple months, and it'll keep them clear. But you just got to put like a wax or sealant on them every couple months to protect from the UV rays. Clay bar, yes, clay bar really does help. You'll be surprised. Percentage of men to female. I think it's like 94% male watch my video, or 94% to like 6% females. Most women don't care about cars. You guys know that. Go to any car show. You might be lucky to see 1 or 2 girls here and there. That's about it. Cody is triggered. Cody must be like 12 years old and like is enjoying these little Logan Paul things. I got you, Cody. I found out you're a 12-year-old now. Found a couple of spiders in my car today. That is not cool. I would definitely call an exterminator for that one. Be like, you take care of this. I read a story about somebody buying a used car and having black widows in the car underneath the car. I was like, oh hell no! And they actually had to call a pest control to go through the bomb, just basically spray out and bomb the entire car, and just leave it sitting with the windows open, and killed all the black widows out of there. I'm like, oh hell no! I understand spiders aren't going to go after you and try and bite you. I get that they're going to try and get away from you, but I don't want that. I don't need that chance, and I don't want to take that chance of putting your hand in the wrong space and you not knowing that spider is there and you get bit. Because the spider's thinking he's defending himself. No way. No way. Gonna go watch Scary Movie. Love you. All right, man. Have fun. Scary movies were good, man. The original couple Scary movies, I thought they were so funny back in the day. I loved them. Oh God, a paint correction on Escalade will probably run you $500, $700, $1,000. It could run a lot, especially if you have the ceramic coating put on it. You will be painting the thing. Will you ever repaint the Accord? I don't own a Honda Accord, Lewis. Why not use an iPhone or Android to record the video? The quality is not as high, Andrew. The quality was not as high. I actually have my Android phone. Look at it. It broke. I had it in my pocket at work, and somehow something happened, and it broke the screen. So now I got to call. I got to claim insurance because I have insurance on it, and the insurance deductible is $200. I'm like, what the hell do I have insurance for? $200? So it's nuts. In order to get a new, it's a Samsung 8S Plus, so sucks. I was gonna buy headlights, $700. Yeah, they're $700 a pop for the 370Z headlights. I know. My son, I bought one of these, a couple of these at Walmart when they were a thing, and my son brought it up here. And because you hold it for my son, he does this. He likes to pop it like this. He thinks it's pretty funny. So that's one reason why it's up here. Chinese restaurant. I just had sweet and sour chicken. I love sweet and sour chicken with an egg roll and chicken noodle soup. It was like $9 and change. Love it. Yes, I definitely plan to do it. I've just taken care of some other business first financially, and because I'm trying to buy the Toyota Aristo right now, if I can get one. Again, it's a crapshoot. The cool thing about Pacific Coast Auto, you can log in as under a guest and see all auction houses in all of Japan under their guest login. You can't bid on it, obviously, under their guest login, but you can go and look, and you can go and look at the past history for the last 3 months of all auctions sold. And so I looked at Toyota Aristo for the last 3 months, and I think only 9 or 10 have been sold, and either they were not in the best condition or they had wreck damage, like previous wreck damage. The thing with Japan is when the inspection comes up, they let you know if the car has been in an accident or not. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not buying a car whether it's been fixed or not, I'm not buying a car with any wreck damage. So now half the cars that came up for auction in the last 3 months, of the 10 cars, half of them had wreck history, not dealing with that. Like, I think most of them were only like grade 3, which is just average, nothing fancy at all. Like, you're gonna have scratches on it, dings in them, dents in them, stuff like that. That's like a level 3. What I want is like a level 4, which is pretty high end condition, or a 4.5, which is essentially mint. So I'm waiting for a 4 or a 4.5 with very low mileage on it, with no damage at all to it. I can handle a couple scratches here and there or door dings. I mean, that stuff happens. It's 25 years old. But I don't want it where the paint's all faded out. I don't want where it's been in an accident or has lots of damage on it. Those are like those level 3 cars. No, I want high end. So it could be a while. Again, if it's more than like 6 or 9 months, then I'll just pull my money back from them, because it's just a deposit. If you don't buy anything, you get your money back. That's the cool thing from Pacific Coast Auto. I love that about them. And then I'll just buy a Civic Type R like middle or end of next year. Because supposedly for the 2019 model, they're going to have It's going to have 320 horsepower and a few different minor changes. And they're talking about possibly bringing an all-wheel drive version of the Civic Type R over to America. So we'll see. If they bring a Civic Type R all-wheel, you know, that'd be a nice one too. I don't need all-wheel drive really here in Florida. I'm saying snow like you guys do, but you know, it might help. You know, it might help. All those dry roads that we get here, except for during the rain. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts, Cody, but it hurts. But I got to get it. I mean, I still owe money on the phone. Otherwise, I just get another one. I think I owe like $300 or $400 left on it because it's on the payment plan. That's the problem, Dalton. I still owe money on it because you know how you take a 2-year, it's like the 2-year plan for this. That's where it's at. I've had it for over a year, but only just over a year. Sweet and sour chicken crispy. No, it's pretty soft actually. If you get the Aristo, are you going to modify it? Probably not. Honestly, Cody, probably not. I'd want just a reliable dad mobile. You know what I mean? And have fun with it because it'll be a right-hand drive, obviously. So people are going to be like, whoa, you're on the wrong side of the car kind of thing. But the fact that it comes with 280 horsepower stock, I mean, you get plenty of pep with that. Would you convert your G? No, God, no, I wouldn't convert a GTR. I don't want to spend any more money on that. I just want to pay it off. If you ever have to get a new phone with the iPhone right here, it'll be Android again. I bought this the day it was launched, I got this. So it came out like what, March or April last year? That's when I got it. And not boring. I forgot to click close on my watch movie. His first car I was looking to was 2009 Dodge Charger R2 with 90,000 miles. And that's the thing, Mark. Those Japanese cars are Japan doesn't have the roads like we have. They don't have a lot of this, so they don't drive a lot. So they don't put miles on their cars like we do. Maybe a work truck or something, but Americans drive far more than Japanese do, mile-wise. You know, most over there they have like trains and stuff, so they just take public transportation. So their miles on their vehicles are much lower. Next mod is just paying it off. I want the title in my hand, Jared. I'm hustling, buddy. I am hustling to pay that bad boy off. I owe $23,000 left on the GTR. After this month's payment, I'm going to try and get it down to like $21,000. I'm going to go balls to the walls this month. Maybe right at 22 grand because I owe like 23. I think I owe like 23.8 on it still. So if I can get it down to like 22 even, I'd be happy. So I'm going to go balls to the walls this month on it. Really throw it because I have my goal set now to have it. I'm thinking like a year and a half from now or less, I want the title in my hand. I don't want to owe any more car payments for it. I want to be like out of those big car payments. I don't mind getting a smaller car payment, but not another big one. I'm done with that. Avalon, no, because the Toyota Aristo was the Lexus GS300. It was never the Toyota Avalon. It was Lexus GS300. They even have the Crowns over there, which the Toyota Crowns are like a level above the Aristo, like a really like a fancy car. They never sold it in America, the Aristo. They sold the Celsior, which was the Lexus LS400, the really big car, the Lexus LS400s. They're called the Toyota Celsior over there in Japan. And you can get those dirt cheap, absolutely dirt cheap. I saw one go the other day. It was 35,000 original miles, grade 4. It was mint condition essentially for being 25 years old, or it was 25 or 26 years old. It sold for like $1,800, $1,800 US. I'm like, with 35,000 original miles and it's essentially a Lexus LS400 with the V8, that's nothing. Here's $960 to pay for shipping. Make it happen. You know, that kind of thing. It's nuts how much they just are so much better condition over there. Way better. No, I don't need this is already a big enough phone. It already fits in my pocket just fine. I don't want a bigger phone. You know what I mean? Even when I'm trying to like text with one hand, sometimes I'll like drop it. I'm like, oh shoot. You know, that kind of thing where I accidentally drop it and I don't mean to, you know what I mean? So that's why it kind of sucks. Would you ever consider a German car? No. They're very expensive to fix. To me, they're overrated. I've been to Germany like 7 times. When Mercedes are like taxi cabs, it's kind of like, you know, it kind of takes the whole thing about, ooh, it's a Mercedes. It just takes it away. Like, 'cause everybody has them. And it's just like a Ford or Chevy over there. Everybody has them. You're paying for a name at that point. I can't do it. You know what I mean? Why do you want to, because actually the rust is pretty bad. In the back corner of the driver's side, the rust is really bad. It's going to have to be cut out. That's the problem, Jared. It actually is rotting back there, so it has to be completely cut out. You have to weld on new pieces of metal to it, and then you have to repaint the whole car. And that's what's it. I'm going to contact the guy here soon, probably the next couple of weeks. I'm going to contact him, let him look at the car and be like, do you think you could do it to make it look like it was original stock? I don't want no half-assed job. You know, I also don't want, I've learned a long time ago, people in Orlando and Kissimmee are very lazy. If it's not an easy, quick job, they don't want it. So if you don't want to do the job kind of thing, then don't take the job on. If you don't think you can make this look like it was brand new off the Honda floor back in 2001, don't waste my time, and I won't waste yours. I want to have that one-on-one discussion with the guy first. Because if you're going to get in there and be like, oh, I've got to cut out rust and I got to sand it down and do all this stuff, that takes too much time. I just want to do a quick respray. Then I don't want to deal with it, that kind of thing. That's the way I see it as. I want it done right, like it's your personal car, and you want it to look the best it possibly can. I don't want this half-assed job, like a Mako paint job. I don't want that kind of attitude going into it. No, the wife got rid of the Tucson in order to get rid of this, in order to buy the Sienna. Funny enough, we bought the Toyota Sienna 5 days before we bought the GTR. It's just the way it worked out. We only owe $20,000 left on the minivan, and we owe $23,000 left on the GTR. It's the way it goes. Here's our question to answer. If you had only one comparing these to detail cars, I would say probably either Wax Guys or Limitless Car Care. Those are both those products are A+. Every single product I try. Every product I try, A+. Great companies. Well worth it. You have to buy them online. Whoop-de-freaking-do. They send them priority mail. They'll be to your house in 2 or 3 days. You can wait 2 or 3 days to get the products in. How do I like the what? How I like the Tucson? The Tucson was a great mid-sized vehicle. I think it's underrated because of the fact that it has the Hyundai badge on it. But you got to remember, Hyundai and Kia, all the Korean cars, are not what they were in the 80s and 90s. Those cars now, quality-wise, are beating out Japanese cars now. I bet money 10 years from now, they'll be outselling many of the Honda and Toyotas. They are completely outselling them in different category cars. Get ready for it. Don't be shocked anymore. Their quality and build quality is sometimes better than the Hondas and Toyotas, and they're actually outlasting them. And their resale value is going up because of them, because of it. So don't overlook Hyundai. Do not overlook Kia. They're the same company, obviously, but they're going along. Even Genesis, which is the Hyundai's high-end luxury brand, I'm telling you, I've driven them, a couple of them. God, they're amazing. They're beautiful cars inside, super comfortable. Lots of power. I really think you're looking at future Lexus Infiniti rivals for sure. Yes, I would want the rust completely cut out, Cody. Completely cut out. How do you compare the people in the South versus people in the North? People in the South, not in the Orlando area, because people in Orlando are mostly from New York, New Jersey. People in the South are much more friendly, much more polite. They're willing to go out of their way to help you out. It's just a Southern thing. People in the North are much more rude, much more hustle and bustle, push you out of the way, just a lot more rude and pushy. Where the Southerners will hey, you need help or help me help you out. Hey, how you doing? We pass on, the wave at you. You let them out in traffic, they'll wave at you. You go up there and you let somebody out in traffic that they won't even look at you, and you're like, I just let you out. You could at least say thank you, and they don't even spend the time of day. Southerners, it's a different world. You see somebody on the road like, hey, wave your hand out there, they'll pull over and stop. You see a lot of stuff when you're in the really southern states. It's crazy. I have done one 3D product already, Kimbox, just the tire shine. I do have their Carnauba wax, but I just need a car tried on. Wouldn't know, Brian. Wouldn't know. I don't watch other detailers on YouTube. Lexman Raider, some Kiss are up here in the 40s. What? Some Kiss are up in the 40s? I don't know what you mean. I don't know all these other channels, Brian. Sorry, but I don't watch all the other channels. I just watch car reviews and stuff like that. Nah, I'm paying somebody to do it. I want it done right. I'm not going to have some rookie myself try and cut out the rust. I'm not doing that crap. You kidding me? And then I want it properly painted. I'm going to pay a professional to do it the first time. I will not mess around with that myself. Long-term, Toyota I would like better than Nissan. Looks-wise, Nissan have better looking cars. How does that sound? They have better looking cars, more fun cars. Toyota doesn't make any fun cars anymore. They're all bland. They're all boring. They haven't made fun cars since the 90s when they had the Supras and stuff like that. That was the last time they made fun cars. Like we got to think of the Korean cars. Family owns 3, including the Genesis. Some people can't admit that the Korean cars are pretty. They can't. They have no idea. They see the Hyundai badge and they think it's trash. And I'm like, you guys have no idea. Wait till your Chevy breaks down. That Hyundai is still going 10 years from now. Hyundai is not the Hyundai of the 80s. Do not. They are better and better. They're rated by the big corporations. Your JD Power and stuff. It's some of the top rated cars right now to have. It's crazy. Your wife has an old Hyundai accent. Was it Roomly? Yeah, she had the Hyundai accent when she was in college until we got married, and then she got rid of it. Drove the Genesis using Turo, and I was very impressed. It was a Hyundai. Yeah, Genesis. I drove the Genesis G80 twice now, and I think they're beautiful cars. Tons of power, very comfortable. Loved it. Are you visiting a Dexter store? I wish I could, man, Alejandro, but I just don't financially have the money to buy a plane ticket to go over there because I have to have a plane ticket, somewhere to stay, a hotel. Then I have to get what do you want to say? I have to have some kind of way to get around town. I mean, you get what I'm trying to say. I would love to go. You have no idea, but I think the plane ticket from Orlando to like anywhere near where I could fly in, whether it was like LA or Anaheim or anything, was like $380. And I just said right now, I can't throw that kind of money. And you're figuring, okay, let's say we spend $100 a night on a hotel in a decent hotel, $100 a night. So we're paying $200 minimum hotel, maybe $300 for 2 nights. Well, now I got to pay somewhere to a vehicle to get around in, let's say a rental car or something. It would be so much money, and I wish I could go. I really do, but I can't see that. You know what I mean? I can't see it going that much. Nathan is on the way back from Jacksonville, Florida right now with his mama. They went to Jacksonville over the weekend. Armor All swipes or Maguire's headlight restoration kit. Maguire's for sure. Which way the Camry looks good. I like the Accord a little bit better. I don't like the rear end of the Accord, though. I think the rear end of the Accord is kind of it's weird. I don't like it. But I have a feeling it's going to be redesigned in the next 2 years. You'll see a facelift like they do every couple of years. Everybody knows that. So you'll see a little bit of changes on the Accord, and I think the rear end is going to be redone. And I think you're going to see a V6 Accord in the next 2 years. I really do. When the facelift of the Honda Accord comes, because a lot of people that complain about the rear end of the Accord, they like the front, but they don't like the rear. I bet you're going to see a V6 option as well. I bet it's going to be like, oh, we had a V6 suddenly in here. We just thought we should put one. No, it's because so many people aren't buying your car because it doesn't have a V6 anymore. People were like, a lot of the big name reviewers are dogging it because they didn't buy it. And they're saying, if you want that, you need to buy the Camry. And the Camry is outselling the Accord right now by like a decent margin. And a lot of people are saying because they want the V6, and now suddenly only the Camry has the V6, so they're all going over to the Camry, which when they used to buy Honda. So it's like, I bet Honda was going to be like, damn, we screwed up, guys. Let's make a V6 option here. It's not like they don't have the V6. It's in their Ridgeline. It's in their Odyssey. It's in multiple. Their pilots. They have the V6. They just got to plop it in the Accord and be like, hey, here's their V6, guys. It's not hard. What do you recommend spending extra money on versus cutting costs and other things? Just get what you need, man. You only ever get what you need. You don't need to go crazy. It's nice having those nice little extra things. But example, if that Hyundai is going to do you as good as that Mercedes or BMW, get the damn Hyundai. The Hyundai is probably going to outlast it. It's going to be cheaper. It's going to be cheaper to repair if it ever does break down, when it does break down. And the running costs over time are going to be cheaper. That BMW is going to have 93 premium in it. When it breaks down, that part's going to be 5 times as much as this Hyundai part's going to be the exact same part. Just get the Hyundai. That's what you need to understand. The same with knockoff brands when you're buying stores versus name brands. Just buy the knockoff brands if it does the same stuff. Problem is Nissan is that they make a car. They don't do anything with it for too long. 2010 is the exact same. Only on their 370Z and their GTRs. They're like their Rogue, which is their #1 selling SUV. They redo that thing like every 4 or 5 years. The Rogue is selling. Last year sold in 1 year 300,000 units in 1 year. The Nissan Rogue sold. The 370Z sold like was it 13 or 14,000 units? That's why they don't redesign the Z right now. It's supposed to come out later on this year for the 2020 model. I don't know. It's something like that. I don't know, for 2019 or 2020 model. Anyways, it is almost confirmed that it is going to be done. But I mean, that's why, because I mean, it's like if you're selling 300,000 units a year versus 13 or 14,000 units, Where's all your money coming from? It's coming from over here. So you're going to work on this one first. That's why it really comes down to. The GTR, they only sell like, I think is it 1,000 units in North America a year? Maybe 2,000 units in North America a year. How many people have $98,000 or $100,000 for a GTR? Very few people. So that's why the money goes. The money's not there. The money's in SUVs. SUVs make money for the companies. If you want to restore headlights, the best, you will need a buffer. I actually did his headlights by hand, and it worked out great. I've done many of my headlights by hand, and they work great. How long do you think that Prelude will last you? The blue one, as long as I keep doing the maintenance on it. I mean, I think the battery's starting to go bad now. Sometimes it has a little bit of trouble starting, so I put it on the battery tender, and then it starts up right away. So I think I have to get a new battery. I haven't put a new battery in there in like 4 or 5 years. The Florida heat eats up batteries fast. But other than the rust, I mean, the guy went through it with a fine-tooth comb, and he checked everything. There's no leaks in it. He's done everything to it. I mean, because I said, fix everything. Fix absolutely everything. If you see something that's starting to go bad, fix it. Let me know. Let me know, and then I'll go ahead and fix it. That's the way I just see it. And because I plan to keep the Prelude. So now that I spent so much money on the 5-speed swap, I just want to cut the rust out, repaint it, and be done with it. You know what I mean? Just leave it as a little toy car on the side. You know what I mean? What do you think of the Hyundai Veloster? I like the new one, and I like the N version that's coming out. The N version, for you guys who don't know, it's going to be like 280 horsepower in the little Hyundai Veloster. I think that's awesome. I really think I like Hyundai's finally starting to get into that market. Try the Pro Power Vehicle wash and the boat and foam cannon. Probably will. I will definitely get into that here in the future. Just let me get through some of my current products I have, and I will definitely try it out for sure. I have a DA polisher. Just asking what worked for him. Is it crazy? My grandpa Corolla has a bunch of city features with my parents. Yeah, I can see that because many of the higher end companies, they want you to spend the money on those things. Where like, again, it goes back to like Hyundai. They give you that stuff for free. It's included. You want the safety blind spot monitoring. Well, that's free. That comes with it. You want the automatic collision braking. That's free. You don't have to pay it. Whereas some of your other brands, they want you to pay for all this stuff. Oh, you want that? Well, that's in that safety suite. Well, that's $2,500 for that safety suite, guys. Or Hyundai and stuff like that. Well, that's free. It's just part of buying the car. I like that. I like that a lot. You know what I mean? Exactly, Justin. Exactly. Has your wife ever been on video? Yeah, you don't see her once in a while. You'll see her on videos, but she's normally at work. You guys got to remember, I do the videos on a Monday through Friday. She's at her medical clinic on Monday through Friday. And on this past Saturday, she had to work her Saturday shift. One Saturday per month, she has to go in on Saturday and work on Saturday. You know, for the cough and colds and stuff like that, they have to go see a doctor that weekend. So one Saturday per month, she has to actually go in and do her job. You know. Where did you get Colonite? I bought it from AutoGeek. This is from AutoGeek. This whole box here. This is all from AutoGeek. So you guys know AutoGeek is a big reseller of products. They have their own line of products too, but AutoGeek, they're based out of Stuart, Florida, which is like 2 hours from my house in Kissimmee. In South Florida, that's where I bought it all from. That's where everything's from. So it's pretty good. They carry almost every major brand. Maybe not some of the smaller brands, but all the big major brands, the very high-end detailing companies that for the pros out there, they carry those all the way down to even Meguiar's and stuff. They carry them, you know. So it's a great place to get it from. And shipping is usually free if it's over like $30 or $40. Shipping's free, so it's like, no big deal. I think I spent like $80, so of course I got free shipping. Have you seen the new RDX there? The new RDX is beautiful, especially the Type S model with that blue with the red interior leather. Ooh, it's pretty. Same with is it the TLX that has it that comes in the Type S? Very pretty, very pretty. But again, I don't want to get into another big car payment. I really don't. Like, I financed with tax tag and title after I put a massive down payment on the GTR. I financed $45,000. That was $736 a month. I don't want to get into those big car payments ever again. I'm paying way more than that right now a month on it. Last month I paid $1,800 on my GTR, but I just don't want to do that again. Think about how much money you can stack at $1,800 a month. How quickly you're stacking money to retirement money, buying a second house. That's a big damn house, $1,800 a month, at least in Florida. I know you guys in New York are like, well, here in New York City, well, the average Joe doesn't live in New York City. Or here in LA, well, in LA, average Joe doesn't live in LA. You know what I mean? You go into like Georgia, let's say, and you're not in Atlanta, $1,800 a month is probably going to get you a 3,000 square foot house easily. You know, that's just, go keep throwing that money at a car or buy a decent home. And I don't want a big vacation home. I just want a small one out in the mountains. So that's where I'd rather put my money now. I do have 3D's pink car soap. It's actually in the box. That's what I actually ordered. It's in the box, buddy. Chemical guys will put their stickers on different shape of foam can and bottle. Oh, for sure, man. For sure, car washing. No doubt, brother. How do you feel about the crossover SUV market taking over? I think Ford's going to really kick their own ass. If you watch history trends, as I like to watch them, oil prices go up and they go down. They go up and they go down. The same thing's going to happen that happened in the 2000s. I don't care if it's in 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Oil will go back up to the roof again. Whether it's a war, there's something going on in the Middle East, something will happen, okay, that'll cause oil to be like $110, $120, $130 a barrel, which will make our gas $4, $5 or more a gallon. For you guys in California, you'll be like, oh, $4, I do that now. I hear these things all the time. Well, that means California will be having $6 a gallon gas. Do you think they're going to be buying those big old Ford Expeditions and Ford Explorers anymore? When are you going to make a new Ford Aspire or whatever? You're going to bring a Ford Fiesta back. Remember that? Because they didn't sell them for years because the SUVs were all the craze. Well, guess what? They brought them back. And now they're going to cancel them again. It will happen again. History repeats themselves. It always has and it always will. And then they're going to be like, crap, we've got nothing. And then they're going to be scrambling when your Hondas, your Toyotas and stuff are still cranking out their Civics or still cranking out the Corollas. And Hyundai still has their like little Elantras and stuff, accents, which are small, good gas mileage, 40 plus miles a gallon for, 15, 20 grand. Well, that's what they're going to do. They're going to leave their big giant SUVs and Ford's going to be scrambling, trying to make just anything. It's crazy. Oh yeah. I always wait for AutoGeek to have their big sales. That's when I buy them. So when they have like 20 or 30% off, that's when I buy. Like if you want a polisher, wait till it's 30% off. Because that $200 polisher now is like $110 or $120. That's when you buy your big ticket items and you spend a bunch of money there. Engine efficiency is still not as good as a small car. That's the problem, Peter. That's the problem. I don't care how. Look it up. Somebody look up what's highway mileage on a Ford Expedition. I guarantee it's no more than about 24 miles a gallon, maybe 25 if it's lucky. What would it be like a Ford Fiesta does like 40, 42, all that kind of stuff. Even the new Honda, what is it? Is the Honda Insight, 55 miles a gallon on the highway, 55 miles. And it's not even a hybrid. Or is it the hybrid? Yeah, it's the hybrid, I think, right? Yeah, it's the hybrid, 55 miles a gallon. And it looks like a regular car. It doesn't look like a stupid hybrid anymore. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. That's why, so back in the 2000s, when the gas went through the roof, everybody wanted the original Honda Insight. You guys remember the Honda Insights from like 99, 2000, little bubble cars, and they had like the covered wheels. Those things skyrocketed in price because they were doing 50 miles a gallon back then. And of course, they're just dorky cars. Nobody wanted them. Well, then suddenly everybody wanted them. The prices went through the roof because everybody wanted something that could go that far. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. See, here we go. 1,800 a month in Maine. That it's just the way it is. Everybody has different, and you go to California and, I make $150,000 a year. That's great. Well, how much was your house? Oh, only about $900,000. Yeah. The same house we paid $300,000 for in Florida. We might got paid as much, but it's a lot cheaper. That's just the way it is. That's why a lot of New Yorkers and stuff come down here and they pay cash for houses because they sell their house in Long Island for $500,000. They pay cash in my neighborhood for a house that's $200,000 or $300,000, and they're like, they get these monster 3,000 square foot houses. Up in New York, it was like 1,500 square foot, and they got $600,000 or $700,000 for it. And they're like, this is so nice down here, and they have no house payments. It's crazy. Is that the AutoGeek order you posted on Facebook? Yes, it is. Crazy how I got into the right when what's in the box. Yeah, for sure. My dad used to tell me that gas price used to be $5 a gallon in California back then. Oh, dude, yeah, back in the 2000s, it was nuts. Even in Florida, I remember in Florida, for premium, we were paying like $4.10, $4.20 a gallon in Florida for premium. It was outrageous. So, California means was pushing like $6.50 a gallon. That's stupid. Actually, the Pilot Super Sports is what everybody runs. All the big guys are running Pilot Super Sports, and that's what I have on there right now. They are really good. Prius. If I lived in California, all I would do is ride my motorcycle because you have legal lane splitting in California, and that's all I would do. I lane split once in a great while here, but you're always looking over your shoulder for the police because they consider that reckless driving, which is a $1,000 ticket and like 3 points on your license. So it gets a little risky. So when you do decide to lane split, you're always looking around for the cop like, is there any cop? And then you go between the cars. But I wish we had lane splitting legal in Florida. It gets so hot in the bikes here, and you get stuck behind some slow pokes that are doing way under the speed limit. You're just like, I just got to go around you. So that's when you normally do it. Fortunately, there's a lot of Auto Geek sales. The polishers are excluded. The one time I didn't, it'll actually say, a lot of times it'll actually say it on there. That for like polishers and stuff, it'll be like 20-25% off. You just got to kind of look at the little banner sales and stuff like that. He's a little more efficient than the gas engine. I hate white wheels. As you know, their product keeps them clean. Just keep the damn things clean. Honestly, I would probably put like a ceramic coating on them or a wax or a sealant, probably a sealant on it. My wheels. That way it would help keep them repel dirt and dust a little bit more. I don't know how long it would last on there. I know a lot of people do put them on there. But I don't know how long it lasts because of the heat with the brake system. So I couldn't tell you, man. Somebody paid you $1,500 a month. Would you daily a VQ beater for 1 year? Somebody's paying me to drive a car. Of course I would drive whatever car. My Mazda 3 gets 42 miles a gallon on the highway. Exactly, Dalton. 2218 is 17. I knew it. I told you it was going to be 24, 25. I knew it wasn't anything more than that. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, where that Ford Fiesta is doing probably like 42 miles a gallon. Yeah, it's not the size. I get it. But when you have it paying $6 a gallon, those people always go instantly rushing back. I need a car with a cheaper gas. It happens every single time. The 70s it happened. The 80s it happened. The 2000s it happened. I mean, every time. It's just, you guys can go look it up yourself. Look up the history of oil, how much oil has cost over the last 100 years. And you'll see it go up, and it does this. It always is up and down, always up and down. The only time it really took a hard tumble is during the recession. But then as a recession wore off, gas oil prices went back up again, obviously, as they should. Where are they? They're right here, Cody. They're always right here. Hey, bud, Mr. Tundra is getting 16.16. Now, what's up, man? I haven't seen Rob in a while. Rob, you're a busy man up there in Ohio. Did you still have that Civic, or you already sold? I was telling these guys, I'm actually I have a contract right now so that I can find a new a 4-door sedan for me to hold me over for a while. And I'm looking to find a Toyota Aristo and import it from Japan. But if I can't find anything that comes up to a Japanese auction in the next 6 months or more, I'm going to get my money back from the deposit, and I'm going to buy a blue Type R probably next summer is what I'm going to look at. Because my son's two years and a couple months old now, and it's just getting harder and harder trying to shove him in the backseat. I know with a 4-door, I can just go plop them right in there without having to worry. And I've been in the Civic Type Rs at the dealership, sat in them. They're just a lot more roomy, and they're going to really hold their value. So it's just the way to go for me, in my opinion. They will be in trouble. They really will. You know, like Toyota still makes your big Land Cruisers and stuff, but they will not. I don't ever see them getting rid of their Corolla. That's their bread and butter. They sell. What do they sell? Corollas, like 1 million Corollas across the world in a year. It's nuts. You traded in the R already? Wow, you got rid of the R for a Sport? I guess. Wow, I guess it didn't work out for you then. It wasn't as big. I'm starting to see a few of them on like Auto Trader for sale, but these dealers are asking more than for a used Type R than they are a brand new one. It's like, what? And if I had to drive 2 states over to get one and drive it home, I'll pay MSRP. I'm not paying over it if I do get one next year. We'll see what happens. Focus RSs are pretty nice, but they have reviews. They have a little bit of engine problems, and they ride a little rough. And I personally got in one. The back seats are very tight in the RS, where you get in the back of a Civic Type R, and it's like you have tons of room. The Civics now are the size of a Honda Accord 10 years ago or 15 years ago. They're the size of a Honda. They're so much more roomy. And that's what I need it for. I need the back space room for him because you have the big car seat in there, as you guys know that have kids, and trying to stuff them in there and just in the back seat of the coupes and stuff. It's just, After a while, it's like, oh, it'd be so much more easy. Just stick them in there. And then my wife never rides with me. We always take the minivan, obviously, because the minivan has all the room in it. And it's easier when there's room to take it. And so on the weekends, usually I never drive my cars because obviously we just take the minivan everywhere. That's what we do. The sport manual is better. You know, if that's what you need, exactly. You know, like I like the big trucks like the Chevy or Tacomas and stuff, but I don't personally need like the hauling ability. I don't haul anything. And when I do, it'll either fit in the trunk or it'll fit in the minivan. That's just the way I see it. Now, I've taken my little Honda Grom, the little tiny motorcycle I own, of the two of them. I throw that in the back of her minivan every time. It works out great. So I like the Tacomas and stuff like that. And but I don't personally need a truck. I would use it maybe like a couple times a year. So to me, I'd rather have the car and a little bit of a fun car. That's the way I see it anyways. You know, Dodger 4 will be selling cars. Chevy will be smiling quite a bit. The R is still at the dealer lot. 38 exactly. MSRP was what? Is it MSRP 34.5 for the Type R? I don't know, but I know dealers are now, a few dealers around the country are starting to sell for less than or right at MSRP, but you have to be willing to go out of state. Like in Florida, you'll never find a dealer selling it at MSRP. The local one in South Orlando here called Coggin Honda, they have a Type R, a red one right now on the floor. They're asking $47,500 on the sticker with the adjusted price, $47,500. I'm like, for a Honda Civic? No. If it takes me to drive to North Carolina, hell, I would go to Ohio where you are if I could get it at MSRP and drive it home. Just the cost of the one-way plane ticket, maybe a hotel room and all the gas, it would be far cheaper than spending 40-something thousand, even 40,000. You figure plane ticket to Ohio would be $150. Hotels, maybe one night a hotel somewhere, 2 nights, $100 a night for a nice, decent hotel, plus the gas mileage, like 3 tanks to get back to Florida. Way, way cheaper than that. You know, that's the way I see it. American car brands don't even make cars in the U.S. anymore. Which funny part, Chevy Trax is nearly 80% made in Korea. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Probably Chevy Trax is probably built better too because it's in Korea. Subaru coming to NASCAR next year. What a wreck. 1,500 strong, 150,000 strong. What? 34.5. I'm sorry. Exactly, Rob. So we're going to see. I made a video about it today when I was driving the GTR on some of the backcountry roads out there, and I'm going to have a short mini series about it. Whether I buy this, I've been looking for a Toyota Aristo, but will one even come to auction in mint condition that I want? It's 20. You have to be at least 25 years old in order to bring it into the States. So very few cars that are over 25 years old come to auction that frequently, and then the ones that do, they might not be in mint condition, and I'm willing to wait for one that's in just absolute stellar condition. So it's just literally, it's just Russian roulette. Are you going to get one? Are you going to get a bad one? And I would just rather wait it out. And if I have to wait more than 6 months or more, I'll pull my deposit and I'll just hold off and just finish off the GTR car payment. It's almost done. I've only got 23,000 left, and I'll just buy the Type R next summer. I think that'll be my decision, unless they announce like out of the blue, hey, we're going to make it a Core Type R and we're going to make it a Fit Type R and it's going to come out in 2020. I'll be like, whoa, I'll hold off for the Accord Type R. That'll probably be me. Yeah, Type R, yeah. Like, I don't mind paying 34, but I would not pay like some 40-something thousand. I mean, maybe Rob did. Rob, I don't know how much you paid for your car, but I couldn't pay that much, not for a Civic. At that point, I'd start looking at other cars. When I start getting 40,000, I'm starting to look at decent little entry level, if not higher than entry level, a luxury sedans. You know what I mean? Honda, please. What? Taillights. See, I like the taillights on the Civic, but I don't like it on the new Accord. I think the new Accord's taillights are awful looking. But the new Civic ones, they got a nice little aggressive look to it, and I really like those. It's just my own personal thing. Just waiting for a face to pop through that door. No, there's nobody there. That's so there's 2 spare rooms. So you see just the edge of the door frame over here. That's one room, guest room. This is another one. Then you have 2 bathrooms. So there's a bathroom here, and then there's a shower in the middle, and then it opens up to another door with another bathroom that dumps out into that bedroom. So either bedroom has their own access to their own bathroom. So you're not having to share a bathroom up here. So if you have 2 guests, they can all go to the bathroom at the same time. You don't have to share the sink or anything. You only have to share the shower that's connected. So that actually is pretty cool. So there's nobody at home right now. I'm home alone. They should be home in the next Probably the next 20 minutes they'll be home. Once they get here, I'll probably get offline. RevWorks. Yeah, RevWorks is the company who does they do a lot of Subarus and stuff. And they're up in Winter Springs, Florida, which is on the north side of Orlando, one of the suburbs up there. But they're the ones who put the wheels on my 370Z. They put the springs on. They did all that stuff. That's who I ordered my raised wheels through when I bought it a couple of years ago. You guys remember that? The new Focus Active is made in China. Yeah, I don't think about that either. See, Buick Envision is made in China. Yeah, no thanks. Do you think the foam cannon actually pulls? It does pull a lot of the dirt off it, but as you guys got to see in the video, it does not pull off all the dirt. You are still going to have to come back. You're still going to have to come with a mitt and wash it. But what you're doing by using the foam cannon is most of the big contaminants are gone. You are cutting down even more ability for you to accidentally ingrain dirt into your paint and cause swirls. By pulling off the majority of the dirt first, you can get rid of most of the chances of you actually getting swirls. That's what it's meant to do. You paid $5,000 premium, but no, that's fine, Rob. And that's the thing. I see some of these guys, like what they've called, they literally, Rob, they've called me like 4 or 5 times for the Type R. They knew I wanted it. I was looking at it and I was like, I don't really want to be in 2 car payments right now. I like to have money separate. I just booked Rob, I told him earlier, I just booked a new cruise yesterday. We're going on another Disney cruise here in another couple months. Well, we're going on another cruise. It's Disney this time in a couple months. We're going out to Quebec, Canada, and Quebec, and it ends in New York. And I like to have the money to spend. You know what I mean? I don't want to be car broke. You know, I have the GTR. It's a pretty expensive car payment for me anyways. And so all my extra money that I have, play money, without going into 2 car payments, I just dump it on top of the GTR because I want it gone in like the next year. Have it completely paid off, have the title in my hand, and then I could just, if I want to buy another car, I can, but I'm not juggling 2 car payments each month. You know what I mean? I mean, I know Rob has like 3 or 4 cars. He's got like a Corvette, and he's got a big trucks and Tundra, and I think you have a motorcycle as well and stuff like that. Of course, your wife has to have a car and stuff. So I understand. See, he's doing the same thing, you know, but so I think he's doing the same thing where he's buying 1 car at a time as well. It's like taking a shower. You can just rinse and you'll be done and scrub it to get fully clean. Yeah, you could definitely do that. I mean, some of these products are claiming they're pulling all the dirt off, but when I've tested them, and then that's why I let the car dry, and then I put my finger through it, you still have a light layer of dirt left over, and that's why I'm like, no, you still got to wash it. Excuse me. Back to detailing quickly. What are your top 3 sealants? Well, I've only ever tried 3 personally myself. I used the Chemical Guys Jet Seal, which is amazing. I've used Masterson's Shield Sealant, very good. And I used Stoner Car Care Sealant, which was also amazing. Great products there. They lasted probably about 9 to 10 months is when they started you could see the beads starting to get pretty fat on them, where it was definitely wearing off. All 3 of them were very good, definitely solid. When I put the stuff on his headlights yesterday, I used Masterson's Shield Sealant. I put it on his headlights to protect from the UV. How big is my house? My house is 3,617 square foot. Yeah, it's 3,617 square foot. Doing the right way. Thanks, Rob. I mean, one thing I've always learned about is look from people who went before me, your grandparents, people telling you, parents, stuff like that, that have made mistakes, and then they're saying, do it this way. I obviously couldn't pay cash for the GTR. I didn't have that kind of money stacked up, but I put a huge down payment, which has really helped out. Do you clean the interior of your car that much? Maybe once every month or 2. I don't really get dirty. I don't live in a sandy roads or something. Obviously, I live in regular city streets, so I don't really track a lot of dirt and debris into it. You might get a little leaves or something like that, a little piece of grass or stuff in there, and that's the majority of stuff. And I just have to vacuum it every other month, and that's usually pretty good. Because remember, guys, I have multiple cars, and I love riding my motorcycles, so I ride the motorcycles as much as I possibly can. The cars in the GTR is in me and my wife's name. The minivan's in her name, and both of my old Honda Preludes are all in mine. I owned the Preludes before we were even married because I had no car payments. I had my own place up in North Florida. I had a 2-bedroom place I owned. I had my own. Both Preludes were paid off. I didn't owe any bills at all. I had 0 debt. I had no credit card debt when we got married. So that was the way it was. So that's how I have the cars there. The GTR is under me and her name, and then the van is just under her name alone. That's the way it worked out. Which one better, the wipe or the spray liquid for interior cleaning? I would say spray liquid. Personally, it's a personal choice, but I just like spraying it into my microfiber towel and then wiping it down. That's just me, though. You know what I mean? Because a microfiber is going to be a lot more absorbent than just like one of those wipes. You know what I mean? Because the wipes isn't going to absorb the dirt, where the microfiber towel, the little, fingers, let's just say, the microfiber will actually pick it up and trap the actual dirt. And that's what you want. You want to pick it up and pull it away from your car. Do any of your cars have ceramic coating? Not yet. That's my plan on the GTR, James. I bought ceramic coating. I just need to do the proper polishing of the car's paint, really make it pop, so no swirls and then I will actually apply it. I'll put a video on it. You guys will see that later on sometime. At least Turtle Wax is being honest with the wheel cleaner. That's all you ever ask. Turtle Wax may have been really cheap back in the day, but they're really trying to change their name, and they're really getting better every single year. And I like to see companies that make themselves a little bit better every day. Got a bolt. It's been a while. Yeah, man, for sure. Just want to say hi. Great thing. All right, man. Good deal, man. Sorry you had to get rid of the Type R. That kind of sucks, man. I guess hopefully they did a straight trade for you, and then they gave you money on top, I hope, because obviously a Civic Sport is not that expensive compared to the Type R. So hopefully you made out and they actually gave you money back or something. So we'll talk again soon, man. Thanks very much for stopping by. May I ask what your top 3 sealants? So you already know about that. I already said that. The foam cannon does help altogether, give you a lot better results. Step. How can you remove? Are you getting rid of the van? No. The van is my wife's car. The van is my wife's. That's our travel vehicle. That's our weekend vehicle. The car is for me, so I don't have to stuff my son anymore. You guys know I've had a lot of problems with the old 91 Prelude. It's nothing but a lot of problems lately. I've been dumping money into it. It's just a headache anymore. And I told her, let's just get the damn thing running and then possibly put the thing up for sale in the next couple of months and do whatever with it. You know what I mean? At that point, I just don't care anymore. So for me, getting a more reliable car like a Toyota from Japan with low miles, that'd be perfect 4-door sedan. I'll be good to go with it. You know what I mean? How can you? I spray the car down before I put the foam cannon on. So, oh, you're always supposed to. Always supposed to. I use the regular nozzle. I just do a light spray, rinse the entire car first, and then I come back with the foam cannon. So anytime you see a video of me testing on the foam cannon, you can usually see that the car was wet beforehand. Maybe it's starting to dry off while I'm setting up the camera and everything, but it's already been sprayed down. All the big contaminants already been knocked off. Looking forward to the coating video. Yeah, I don't know when, James. I promise it will come out. I just don't know when, brother. I was gonna try and do it this weekend, but it was just rained all day yesterday, and then today I had to do yard work. Dude, our yard was getting out of control. I mean, it's the problem with being in Florida when all it's raining. The bushes, the hedges were out of control growing. The grass was not, no lie, it was about that tall. So you're pushing it, and it goes, so you have to start backing the lawnmower off. You guys know that mode. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then you come back in, and then you pull it back again. I mean, that is what I was doing with the actual lawnmower. You start bogging down, you have to start pulling it back because the grass was so heavy and so thick that the blade just couldn't cut through it all. And I was like, oh God, I let it go too long. Just being lazy, because normally I do something in the afternoon and the evening. Well, the afternoon and evening, it's usually raining. And finally I got a chance, and I was like, it's not a rainy day. It's a little bit cloudy. I'm going to get out there and do it. So I was just balls to the wall today, trimming the hedges back, at least part of them. I didn't even finish them all. There's so many bushes around this house. Raking it all up, blowing it off, edging, weeding the whole house, all that stuff. And I finally was just like, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I think was out there for 4 hours, and I was just like, it was 93 degrees. I was like, screw this, I'm done. Cleaning the interior is super easy, which I don't even know why people cleaning the wife. Even my parents try to keep it clean. And my wife has never cleaned anything in her life. I don't think she's ever cleaned anything. As a matter of fact, I'm cleaning her, the white doctor jackets. I have them in the washing machine right now. I should probably go get them out in a little bit. They'll probably be wrinkled to death once I pull them out of the dryer and stuff. But I'm actually doing those. I mean, I literally have no idea when the last time she cleaned anything. I clean all the dishes. I straighten up the house. Then my son destroys it. I clean all the laundry. I do the yard. I mean, I wash the van when I can because she's always at work with it. I mean, I've never seen her clean anything. It's just the way it is. She just doesn't clean. She's one of those kind of people. Blackview 900 dash cam. Still planning on getting it. I do want it right now, buddy. But right now, we have a couple things that I purchased, like this kind of stuff on my credit card. I want to pay the credit card off. As you guys know, I don't screw around with my credit card. So, and then my wife So we have this, my wife keeps buying stuff from Amazon, and that my personal credit card from when I was still single is the one that's linked to my Amazon account, and she keeps buying stuff. And you know, we have the linked Amazon accounts, you know, like that. So she's charging everything to my credit card. So I'm like, okay, gotta pay it off now. Gotta pay it off. So, you know, then our hotel was on it when we were in New York, and the car getting fixed, I had to pay that was on there. So I just paid it off at the end of the month. But yeah, I definitely want that 900. That's gonna go to the GTR, and then I'm gonna move the other stuff over. The drivers here are getting so bad that I really want to make sure I cover my ass. So when you actually buy the ceramic coating kit, it actually comes. It's like a block, like a little a really hard foam block, and you put like it's like suede over the top of it, and then you just rub the ceramic coating over the suede up and down the block. It's a little thin block, okay, guys, about that long, and then you just go up and down like this in lines, okay, and then you go with the crosshatch pattern back across it. You do that, and you let it sit there until it hazes up, and then you just wipe it off again. That's it. And then it says let it sit in about an hour. After you've already wiped it down, of course, guys. So you understand that. So you let it sit in an hour after you've wiped it back off again. Then you go back and apply a second layer to this, okay? Kind of like applying 2 layers of wax or a sealant to it. Dude, that will lock it in for 2 years or so. They even have sealants that will last, or ceramic coatings that will last 5 years if you apply it right. 5 years without having to wax, seal, nothing. As long as you don't hit it with some like ridiculous like degreaser that might tear it up, 5 years, that's nuts. That's why those detailers charge you $1,000, $1,500 or more for it. You bag your grass? No, I don't bag it. That's the problem. You know how the mower is like, so it's throwing all the grass out to the side of the mower. Well, it just starts bogging up underneath the mower is what happens when you let the grass get too high. And during the summer with the rain in Florida, the grass grows so fast that it literally starts bogging down the mower. Now in the winter, I barely mow my yard in the winter because the grass just doesn't grow in the winter. You don't have any rain. It's usually blue skies every day. You're like in the 50s or 60s here in Florida. So the grass really barely grows any. You can let it grow. Literally, I think this winter I didn't mow my yard for 2 months straight. 2 months I didn't mow the yard. And I mean, it was like maybe this high. I was just like, I don't need to mow it. I'm not even going to touch it. And that's what I didn't. I just didn't touch it. Now, if you let it go for more than a week, the grass is like this tall. It's nuts with the rain and in the summer. The summer is when the grass grows, and the winter it goes into like a dormant state. It's like for you guys up north in the snow. You know, you're obviously the grass just doesn't grow. My lawn is rough too. I'll be doing the same time. Yeah, dude. I bet if it was 93 degrees today and partly cloudy, but if it was a blue sunny days, I bet I would have been burnt from head to toe, man. I was out there for 4 hours. I went through so much water. It was ridiculous. Just to make sure I get a text in before you leave the live chat. It was great to love you watch videos. Dude, thanks so much. I really do appreciate you stopping by. You know, I like hanging out with my subscribers. It means a lot to me getting to spend a few minutes with you guys every week. Some weeks, obviously, on my vacation, I don't have a chance to do it. But it's one more way for me to connect to you guys and just hang out with you guys. Because, you know, I'm not trying to be Mr. Ammo. I'm not trying to be all these guys that are like, look, bitch, I've been detailing professionally for 30 years and you're doing it wrong. And you're a jackass for, you know, I'm not those guys. I know how some of these big detailers can get. And you get a little bit of that cocky attitude, you know, like, and they want to down people. I just want to show you what an average everyday product can do, what a hobbyist like us who are hobbyists at our home can expect from these products. And that's what I try and do. I don't try and put off that I'm anybody that I'm not. I've worked in a shipping company for 21 years. If you want to know about shipping, I can get you all the shipping information you want. I would consider myself a pro at that, getting packages from A to B and how it works and what's the best way and all that stuff. But when it comes to just hobbyist detailing, well, I'll say as a hobbyist, I will not claim that I'm a pro because I don't do this as a daily job. And it's fun. YouTube is a hobby for me. And if I get videos out, I do. If I don't, I don't. That's just the way I see it. I try and get you guys about 3 videos out a week. But if I don't and I only get 2, hey, I only get 2. That's just the way it's going to go. I love to use a dish shovel in my car. Well, yeah. Go into one of those big YouTubers and tell them, hey, what does dish soap say? I bet you'll get like destroyed. You know, there's a Facebook group like Detailing 101 Facebook group. Dear God, I've seen these people just roast these just hobbyist people that are just novice. They don't know anything better. They're rookies into cleaning their car, and they're literally being genuine, and they're asking about products, and they just get dogged out by these people, and they're treated like complete crap, and it's not the right thing to do. And that's how you run people off. You just can't. You got to teach them that this is okay and this is not. But they just make fun of them and make fun of them, and that would run me off immediately. If you're gonna make fun of me all day long, I just leave the group and be like, it's not worth being in a group like this. And I see it all the time. I never comment in that group. I see what people post. And some people just post up their good high-end professional detailing stuff in there, but you have the people that come in and just ask questions, and they just get ripped apart in this detailing Facebook group, and it's so sad, man. I can't, because you have all the elitist douchebags out there, and it's not cool, man. It's just not cool. Thoughts on Chemical Guy Citrus washing lots, neon green one. It's not that good in the 2-bucket thing. It works great in the foam cannon. It really does work very good in the foam cannon. But the 2-bucket system, you could do a lot better. A lot better. That's the way I see it. Jeez, it's almost midnight, guys. Almost midnight. One thing, I got to check one thing. Sorry. Pardon me, guys. Pardon me. I wanted to check something. Nope, still haven't done it yet. I keep looking back because what I'm doing is, so Pacific Coast Auto, the auto importer from Japan, they have, what you called? Brain fart here. They usually have a live stream once every Sunday night, which is Monday afternoon in Japan, and they usually have live stream. He only does it for 1 hour because obviously he's got to run his business, but he answers all questions within that 1 hour that he possibly can, and he does it usually every week. So I'm just kind of seeing. I'm like, oh, he's gonna have a live stream tonight because some weeks I miss it. Obviously, we're hanging out together, so I wanted to kind of see it this week. Do you use IPA 50/50 to remove the oil from polish? No. Best way to ship wheels and tires in the original box. Tires separately. If you're going to ship the wheels and tires, just ship them separately. I see them come through, and what they'll do is they'll have a circle piece of cardboard, put over it, and they strap it to the wheels. Either the cardboard comes off, or the cardboard literally rubs along the edge of the rim and scrapes the hell out of those wheels. So ship your wheels separately in the original box they came in, and then either buy tires locally or whatever. Like when I bought my raised wheels, they had to come in. They were imported from Japan. I paid for air shipping from Japan. And obviously raised wheels come in like super foamy boxes inside, and then they have like it's like a mesh kind of thing that goes around it like this to protect it. It's really cool. It's really soft. And then it comes in the big solid boxes that the raised boxes come in. I mean, so I had no issues with it. I mean, they were solid. So when I went to, I sold my stock wheels from the 370Z after I bought the GTR. I had those in the boxes, and I gave them the boxes and everything. And that way they ship better. But if you're going to buy wheels, don't buy them with the tires attached. Just buy the wheels separately and buy yourself some tires once you get there and have them mounted. Or ship the tires separately, because you are going to ruin those. Ones that I see them all the time come through, those suckers are ruined unless they've been like wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. They always get scratched up so bad. Have you ever thought about using trial? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe in the future, but I don't know. I love you. Well, that's nice, but I'm not a gay man. I'm sorry, Cody. I'm sorry I can't help you out with that. There might be some other gay men in this chat that you can talk to, but I'm not gay, so. And I'm already married, so sorry, buddy. Can't help you out there, Cody. The only thing about over-the-counter wheel cleaners after you use one wash. You could use something like some people don't like stuff like your Chemical Guys or something like that, but Diablo is dilutable. A lot of these bigger companies are dilutable for wheel cleaners. You could always try that kind of stuff. Where can I look at the live stream only if you what? Where can I look at that live stream only if you aren't, though? It's Pacific Coast Auto. So if you ever look, what I'll do, guys, give me 2 seconds. I'll minimize out, and I'll look up their thing, and I'll just give you a direct link to their channel, and you guys can actually click on their channel. How's that sound, guys? Excuse me. All right, here we go. So this is the YouTube channel right here for the company. They have like 47,000 YouTubers, and what they do, like I said, you'll see it usually every Sunday, late Sunday night. He does 1 hour live stream, because obviously he's still got to answer questions. He runs the business and stuff like that, and he has to deal with customers and dealers who are buying from him that like, hey, get me this car from that auction. I want to bid on it, that kind of stuff. So he has to deal with the auction and all that stuff at the same time. But so anyways, that's the channel. You can look through exactly what I'm talking about. So once the car comes from the auction, once they buy it, it shows up at his, let's say his lot where they keep the cars at before they go on the boat to get shipped to the United States. Then he does a full walk around, he translates the actual auction sheet, inspection sheet, and he shows you the whole car, engine running. He shows it the whole front to back, shows any scratches on it, marks, dings, anything. And then he goes to the interior and shows it to you. And it really is cool because you see all these unique cars that I've never seen in America before that are only ever in Japan, like the K cars, the little 60cc cars. Those are great to see. Was it 600cc? I apologize. It's a 0.6 of a liter, so it's pretty cool. So what you guys can look at it anytime you want later on. It's a really cool channel, and let me tell you, it's a lot cheaper. Now, like your R32 GTRs or your Supras and your RF, those are just as expensive as if you bought them here. Now, obviously the R32 GTR was never sold in the United States, but more and more of these, what do you want to call it? Importer dealers are starting to buy them from overseas, but they're putting massive markups. So a mint condition R32 GTR with low mileage is selling for about $30,000 now at auction, 25 to 30,000, but you're really looking at 30,000 now. The prices are skyrocketing. Well, now the dealers here are starting to charge 35 and 37,000 for it. 37,000 for a 25, 26, 27-year-old car. Think about that. 5 years ago, before the R32s were 25 years old and legal to be brought over, a mint condition GTR could be had for $10,000 to $12,000. So they've tripled their price in 5 years. Tripled. The same thing is going to happen with the R34. Anyways, if you were to buy it from auction and use him, goes directly through auction, you'll be able to pay the 28, 29,000 for the GTR, but you only have to pay his obviously fee, obviously do the paperwork and all that stuff, the $900 fee he charges you for the paperwork and all that stuff, and then the shipping fee, which is like $900 to $1,000 roughly. So you're cutting out that dealer, and you're saving $5,000 to $7,000 on that GTR by you doing it yourself. Where if you buy from a dealer, it's just like buying a car dealership here. They're going to rip you off, and it's just what they do. They're in it to make money. So they're going to mark, the dealer, you do a trade-in, and they're going to I'll give you $10,000 for that car. Well, tomorrow, as soon as they put it up, they clean it up and put it up for sale in the used car lot, they're asking $15,000 for it. And essentially that's what they're doing here. So he cuts out the middleman. You bid on exactly the car you want, and then you wait 2 months till it gets shipped in. And that's how it is. And now there's a couple of companies, but he's been around for a good while, and he has a very high reputation. And he brings through probably like 3 or 4 cars a week. You'll see it on YouTube before he sends it off to the actual boat to be shipped out from Japan to bring it to whatever major port in the United States or wherever in the world you want it to go to. If you want to live in Australia, New Zealand, Europe, he sends it to wherever you want to, whatever major port you want it. He'll make it happen. Obviously, prices change depending on how far it's going. Or you could just donate the ammo products and just send it right to my P.O. box. That works too. Yeah, it's a fun to watch these kind of channels. And you guys always so I have a lot of questions. Well, don't you watch other detailing channels? No, this is the kind of channels I watch. I watch like Auto Guide, Motor Trend, Motor Week, Cars.com, Edmunds, Kelly Blue Book. These are the car stuff. I don't watch other detailing channels. I watch stuff that I'm interested in, like that kind of stuff. I'm already detailing. I don't want to watch other person's detail. That's the way I see it. You know what I mean? Next live stream will hopefully be next Sunday, but I think the Sunday after that, if I do it, it'll be late. My wife's 20th high school reunion is in 2 weeks up in Jacksonville, Florida. So of course we're going to that. So I can't escape out of that one. So we're definitely going to that one. So back to Jacksonville again, and I'm like, oh, so we'll be up there again. You know what? Learn everything you can from those Ammo NYC and those big pros that do it every day, and then take your Maguires and do the same thing with their products. That's the way I see it as. I watched the Armor All commercial for their wipes yesterday. Dude, they're so bad, Brian. They're so bad. What gen is your Grio's Garage polisher? I don't know. It's just the Grio's Garage 6-inch D polisher. Detailing is high-end cleaning. Not just cleaning, it's like high-end cleaning. You should meet up with I have no idea who that is. There's a lot of big YouTubers in Florida. You'd be guys really surprised when Florida is the third most populated state now in the United States, behind like I think it's California. Is it? I don't know. It might be second now. I think Florida just surpassed New York. But so there's a crap load of people in Florida. You guys got to remember that. In the greater Orlando area, like including all the little suburb towns around it, it's over 2 million people now. Like, you guys got to understand, you have everybody from New York, New Jersey, and Puerto Rico moving here, along with now it's a new push of Brazilians, Venezuelans, and Colombians that are moving here. So it's Orlando's really starting to turn into like a second Miami, where in another 15 or 20 years, it's going to be predominantly Spanish here. It's already predominantly Spanish in Kissimmee. Kissimmee is 70% Hispanic. You guys can look it up in the thing. It's 70% Hispanic in Kissimmee right now. And it's changing quickly. By another couple of years, I bet in the next census, it'll be like 75% Hispanic. I mean, everywhere you go, all you hear is Spanish. You rarely hear English. Unless you talk to them in English, all you do is see Spanish people. All you do is hear Spanish. And it's just the way it goes. Like, black people here don't exist in Kissimmee. Black people only make up like 0.5% of the population. They just don't exist here. White people only make up like 20%. Literally 20% of Kissimmee is white people. Everybody else is Hispanic. So it's changing here. And I think Orlando is going to be changing as well too very soon. Just like Miami. Miami is very Cuban and all other Spanish cultures down there. But so Orlando is just a different type of Spanish, but it's changing too. It's just the way the world's going. Grom video. I don't know, man. I was going to ride yesterday, but with a complete downpour. I mean, dude, it was cracking. We were out here polishing the headlights and working on the car's hood. Dude, the lightning was like cracking that with that. So the garage door is right that way, right below me, and the garage door is obviously that way. The lightning bolts were just cracking around the neighborhood. You could see it. I was like, holy cow. And we were in the garage, but I was like, screw it. We're in the garage. We're safe, you know? And but they were boom. You can see that crack and then boom. And that's the way it was. I'm like, I sure as hell I can go down on the motorcycle tomorrow or yesterday. Would you give up the Prelude? Why would I need to? I already own both cars. I wouldn't need to give it up. The thing is, the Prelude was paid off. So I bought the Prelude from Syracuse. I found it online in Auto Trader at Syracuse, New York at Lamakia Honda in 2006. I bought it June or July 2006. I flew up there and I drove it all the way home to Florida. And I paid it off in – what was it? It was a 5-year loan. I paid off in 4 years. I paid it off early. And so I've had it paid off since 2010. 2010, right around there, or maybe earlier, I paid it off. And I've had it paid off for years. And, of course, I bought the 370Z in 2013. So that was my first car payment for years. And then I paid that off in exactly 3 years to the date I bought it. I paid that car off in a 5-year loan. And then, obviously, in January 2017, I bought the GTR. And I've already paid off $23,000 and change in a year and a half on the GTR, and I only owe $23,000 left. So as you guys can see, I really want the GTR gone. So I wouldn't get rid of the Prelude for the GTR. That's why I'm slowly spending the money to correct the Prelude again, so that way it can be back into mint condition. So once I get the cars painted again and the rust all cut out, I'm either going to find some mint condition stock Prelude wheels that make it look amazing, or buy some clean aftermarket wheels. Just clean ones. I don't want to be rice or Fast and Furious. Just some clean looking ones to make it look nice. And that's all I'm going to do to it. Nothing more. It already has stereo inside of it. I don't need to go fast. I have a GTR. If I want to go fast, I have motorcycles. So that's my game plan anyways. No, the GTR never came with a stock exhaust. The GTR came with a Tanabee medallion exhaust when I bought it at the exotic dealer down there in West Palm Beach. When you use your foam gun, do you spray the foam into the pit? No, not at all. Does lightning scare you ever jump? Rarely, because I'm so used to it, man. Born and raised in Florida, it doesn't bother me anymore. My wife's trying to call me. She's probably going to be like, we're here. We're here. Can you help? Watch. Hello?
Hello.
What's going on?
We're like 5 minutes from the house. I just need you to come help unload.
Yeah, well, right now I'm on the live stream. So just when I hear the garage door open, I'll come down. I'll go ahead and kill the live stream then.
All right.
All right. Bye. Told you. Told her as she called. Help me get everything out of the car. And then the worst thing is her parents will dump her with more crap to bring here. And then you go in the master bedroom and there's crap everywhere. It's just stacked up. I can't stand it. I'm like, throw it away. I get so mad about that, but that's the way it goes. So I got about 5 minutes, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and call the stream because of the fact that she's on her way home. I knew why she was calling. I was right. It works out really good. What is your thought on muscle cars? If you like American cars, they're fine. Power, not reliability. They have no American cars just aren't reliable. If I had to get a muscle car, it would be the Camaro. Not whatever this new Camaro like facelift they have. The new facelift one looks like a complete train wreck. But I guess you would say the current Camaro, like an SS or something. But then I would say maybe a Charger, and then a Mustang last. I don't like the Mustang designs at all. I would even go for like a four-door Hellcat Charger. I would even buy one of those if I had to over four-door. At least you got a lot of power. But then again, the quality isn't there. Again, with a Civic Type R, 34 grand, you know it's a Honda, it's a Civic, it's going to last forever. It's a Type R, so it's going to hold its value for years and years and years to come. If you ever did have to sell it, you're going to get a lot of your money back. Where if you buy like an American car, they just go instantly down in price. They just don't hold their value. So that's my 2 cents on them for there. Let me know if you guys have any last-minute questions. Let's shoot them out really quick, lightning round style, just because of the fact she's almost home and you already heard she wants me to come help her out. So there you go. Did you see the Gorilla's Garage air foam gun? You mean the pump-up one? I don't see the point for that. It's whatever. SRT vehicles hold their value. Maybe. But I've looked them up. I've looked up four-door Hellcats, and they're only selling for like $40-something thousand, $50,000. And originally they were like $68,000. So they've already, in the last 2 or 3 years, they did take a huge chunk. You think about it. If you paid $68,000 for the Hellcat, let's say $65,000, and now it's worth $45,000 in average condition, you've already lost $20,000. And it's only been 3 years. We've lost $20,000. That's a lot of money. That hurts in the pocket right there. You're not going to lose $20,000 in a Civic Type R. Hell, you're not even in a basic Civic. You're not going to lose $20,000. And that's what I'm trying to say. When I buy a lot of things, I look long term. I know the Toyota Sienna has the highest resale value. The GTRs are ridiculous. They once they hit around 70 to 60,000, they just kind of level off unless they have a crap load of miles. Then they'll dip into the 50s. But for the most part, GTRs are 60s to 70 range. It's just I begin to look at long term. Like if I have to sell it, how much is it going to be worth later? Everybody keeps asking me about Jay Leno. Okay, I'll eventually get him, guys. You're like the fourth person that asked me about Jay Leno. I don't know. I just think that he's just slapping his name on any old detailing products and making a quick buck off it because Jay Leno does not detail his cars at all. What about Toyota Camry? I think it actually looks really good. I think they did a very good job with the Camry. I'm honestly surprised. For a four-door sedan, I think they did a really good job. I have the garbage box on the way. The garage box on the way. All right, yeah, Ryan, just let me know for sure, man. I've heard they're made by another big company like Adams and stuff like that, but I don't know. I can tell you, I can't tell you. I know something, but all I can tell you is some of these big companies pay other companies to make their stuff. That's all I can tell you. You'd be shocked. So companies that are a little bit smaller in name make the product, some individual products for these big dog products companies, and you would never know it. They will not. They preach that they make their own stuff, but they're actually made by this company, and this company bottles it under this name. It's the funniest thing, but I can't tell you who it is. They told me to keep it on the DL, and I do. But it is really, really funny how that works out. They actually bottle it in their factory over here, slap this dude's label on it, ship it all to their company, to their warehouses, and then they distribute it as their own. 100% fact. 100% fact. But I can't tell you what company, and I can't tell you what company makes it for them. I was told to keep my mouth shut. So all I can tell you is that. He said it's interesting. So it is pretty cool. But just a little bit of a tidbit for you there. So it's pretty nuts. So whatever. No, the problem is you don't break when you deal with these big companies, you don't break their trust because then they'll never trust you again. They'll never send you products early. A lot of times like the 303 car wash, here it is somewhere here. Like I got it before it's even in stores. Okay. They're just now showing that they have it, but it's not in stores yet. And so that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like you break their trust, you're not gonna get it. 303 sends me to Medium Car Auction every year under VIP tickets, free for the entire week they're here. Stoner Car Care gives me Auto Geeks free every year, VIP. I have been invited to go to, who is it? SEMA free every year. You go to SEMA. All I have to do is pay for my hotel and my flight out to there. I mean, you don't just you know what to do and what not to do. You guys know what I'm saying. It's like going out in public. You're not going to go out there and go off on people or say what you really want to think. You know, you just got to be polite, and that's the way it goes. So it's just how it goes. It would be a bad thing, yeah. Will it's 303 open the phone? I don't know. I haven't even. All I've done is crack the seal on it, Aaron. That's all I've done. Look, I cracked the seal just for a smell test. I've not used it at all. It's brand new. It smells like grapes. I'll tell you that. So it's pretty cool. So there you go. Good deal, Kevin. Well, I'm about to get off. My wife just called. Everybody got to hear my wife actually say, "You better come outside. I'm almost home. I need help." So I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. I told her as soon as the garage door opens, I'll go downstairs. So. Garage doors open. All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming by. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for it. 303 makes 303 products. 303 makes 303. And I will see you guys next week. Tomorrow is West Coast Customs Tire Shine. Wednesday, I'm going to try and get this out. I'll do the best I can. Friday is going to be the foam cannon test with that McGuire's new McGuire soap. And Saturday is going to be head-to-head with that Matt TCC foam cannon versus the Chemical Guys foam cannon. So there you go. That's your week. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks so much for being a part of my channel. Tell your friends about it, please. Let's get this channel growing and growing and growing. Share my videos, whatever you want to do. You guys can check out Pacific Coast Auto. That's what I'm looking at, dealing with them. And I'll see you guys at the very next video. Thanks so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. Thanks so much for being a part of my channel. It's awesome.